I, Douglas Ducote, an American patriot by the grace of God, do solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America from enemies foreign and especially domestic. I, Douglas Ducote, an American patriot by the grace of God, do solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America from enemies foreign and especially domestic.
Say it with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hello, American Patriots, and welcome to another edition of the Douglas Ducote Show. Tonight, special election, midterms 2022. I'm going to break this all down for you as we follow the election tonight. First thing I want to put out there and let you all know. First, I do not have any confirmation from YouTube on this. I've asked several times, and I've not got a response back that makes any sense. But the rumor control mill throughout YouTube is that anyone other than the major networks that pay YouTube massive amounts of money to do their live broadcast, anybody other than them will be shut down, is what the rumor mill has it. Whether or not that's going to happen to us tonight, I do not know, but we will go forward with this show as if that's not going to be the case. And hopefully we'll be able to walk this right on out and right on through and give you all the updates that you would like to have. I'd like to start off with a few devastating things that have happened already just today, if you haven't already heard about this. As far as elections at the polls are concerned in different locations in Houston, Texas, one of the polling locations ended up having to be closed because a city employee was electrocuted and died. That took place in Houston. The guy has not been identified yet, or girl, worked for the city Parks and Recreation Department and died during a work-related incident. So more to come on that in the very near future. Let's see here. The polling place in Kenner, Louisiana, earlier today, it was Discovery Health and Science Academy. It's had to been relocated to nearby Audubon Elementary School in Kenner after a bomb threat was called in on the location. It's the second bomb threat in 5 days to polling areas in the New Orleans, Kenner areas, according to parish officials. Kenner police evacuated the Discovery Center at 3837 Loyola Drive after the facility received a threat at about 10 a.m. this morning in the middle of people going in there and voting. So that was not good. I did have somebody reach out to me today and ask the question, is that a Democrat area in Kenner or is it a Republican area? I guess trying to say that if it was a Democrat area, well, then maybe it's a Republican that called in the bomb threat and vice versa. I will say this much. All I do know is that the mayor of Kenner, Louisiana, is a Republican. So if we want to base it off of that, chances are it was a Democrat. But then again, who knows? Voters in this year's midterm elections are broadly unhappy with the state of the nation and hold largely negative views of President Joe Biden, according to the national results of the exit polls conducted by CNN and other news networks by Addison Research. More than 7 in 10 said they were less than satisfied with the way things are going in the country, with about 1/3 saying they were not just dissatisfied, but angry with the state of the nation. Biden's approval rating stands at about 45% among voters in this year's election, nearly identical to then Donald Trump's 45% at the same time in 2018 midterm votes. And voters in this election were more than twice as likely to strongly disapprove of Biden as they were to strongly approve of him. Just shy of half of voters this year said that Biden's politics are mostly hurting the country, with about 36% saying his politics are mostly helping, and the rest that they're making no difference in their voting decision. Many voters didn't see their congressional vote as a referendum on the president. Close to half said that Biden was not a factor in their vote, while about 18% said the vote was to express support for Biden, and about 1/3 that it was to express opposition to him. Again, this is coming directly from CNN. Inflation tops voters' list of concerns in this year's midterm elections, and abortion came in second, according to the preliminary national results of the exit poll conducted by CNN. 27% cited abortion. The remainder were roughly divided between picking crime, gun violence, immigration as their chief concerns. The electorate's views of the economy are largely gloomy. Only about 1/4 of voters felt positive about the current condition of the economy, with roughly 3/4 viewing it negative and about 4 in 10 saying it downright poor. That's more pessimistic in the 2018 midterms, when 68% of voters said the state of the economy was in excellent or good, and the 2020 presidential election, when 49% said the state. About 46% of voters in this election say that their family's financial situation had worsened over the past 2 years, while only 1 in 5 said it improved. And those 1 in 5 are people that have lots of money, more than me and you. More than 3/4 of voters in this year's election say that inflation has caused hardship for them and their family over the past year, with about 20% saying it's been a severe hardship, and about 6 in 10 saying that gas prices specifically have recently been a hardship on their families. Voters trust Republicans more on inflation and crime fighting, but lean towards Democrat on abortion only. More voters trust Republicans and Democrats to handle inflation and crime, according to the preliminary national results of the exit poll conducted by CNN. I'm doing this, folks, for the Democrats and liberals that like to troll us. Hey, you guys love CNN so much, so you're getting the results of their exit polls. Roughly half of the voters said they trusted the GOP candidates on those two issues, with more than 4 in 10 voters said they trusted Democrat candidates. When it comes to the issue of abortion, however, roughly half of the voters said they trusted Democrat candidates, compared to with more than 4 in 10 voters who said they trusted Republican candidates, which is to be expected. More than 4 in 10 of Pennsylvania voters approved of the way Joe Biden is handling his job, but a majority disapproved of the president, who was born and raised in Scranton, according to the preliminary national results of the exit poll conducted for CNN. Voters in the Commonwealth did not have a high opinion of former President Donald Trump either. Just 4 in 10 had a favorable opinion, while nearly 6 in 10 had an unfavorable opinion. Good thing that Trump's not on the ballot for midterms, right? Meanwhile, just over half of Pennsylvania voters said Biden was not a factor in their vote. For those who said the president was a factor, more than 1 in 10 said they support him, while nearly 1/3 said they opposed him. Roughly 8 in 10 voters in this year's midterms said they were at least somewhat confident that elections in their state are being conducted fairly and accurately, according to the preliminary national results of the exit polls conducted by CNN. About half said they were very confident. Only 2 in 10 said they were not very or not at all confident. But voters were also deeply concerned about the state of the country's democracy. Slightly fewer than 3 in 10 said that they viewed democracy in the U.S. today as at least somewhat secure, with about 7 in 10 feeling that democracy in the country is somewhat or very threatened. Slightly over 6 in 10 voters accepted that Biden legitimately won the presidency in 2020, while about 1/3 denied the results of that election. There's a significant partisanship divide in voters, priorities, and attitudes this year, according to the exit poll conducted by CNN. Nearly half of voters who supported a GOP House candidate called inflation their top issue, and fewer than 15% picked any other issue as their priority. Among voters who backed a Democrat candidate, about 44% called abortion their top issues, with 15% or fewer picking any other issues. Meanwhile, midterm voters were mostly opposed to the U.S. Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe versus Wade, according to the exit poll conducted by CNN. Slightly fewer than 4 in 10 said they felt enthusiastic or satisfied about the decision, while about 21% said they felt dissatisfied, and roughly 4 in 10 said they were outright angry. About 60% of all voters said that abortion should be legal in most of all cases, up from 51% among voters who turned out for the 2020 general election. So that's what's happening in today's exit polls. I've got many things that we're going to talk about tonight, but first, let's jump over here real quick and take a look at where we're standing at the moment with results that are coming in. As I'm sure you all know, we need 51 to control the Senate. And right now Republicans have 39 and Democrats have 38. Let's look at some of the individual states. Florida is a blowout. Marco Rubio is right now at 57% over Demings' 42%. In Alabama, Britt is over Boyd, the Republican, 60% over the Dems' 38%. In South Carolina, Tim Scott is already the projected winner at 60% over Matthews' 40%. Let's look at Kentucky. Rand Paul, projected winner at 56% over Booker, the Democrat, 44%. In Indiana, we're looking at Young at 61% over McDermott, 35%. So you can just pretty much call that a Republican win as well. In South Dakota, we have the Republican ahead, Thune against Biggins, 71% over 25%. In Kansas, we have the Republican Morgan at 49% and Holland at 49%. And that is right now kind of a toss-up, although it's showing red. That could change. There's only 30% voting in at the moment, or tallied at the moment. So we keep watching that one. In Oklahoma, we have, looks like another blowout, Langford over Horn, and the Republican is at 65%, Horn's at 31%. In Arkansas, the Republican, Bozeman, is up 50% over James, the Democrat, at 42%. So those are the good things that are happening right now as we look at just the Senate. And we still got a long way to go. But it's very good to see these numbers at the moment. Now let's look at Georgia. We're at 63% in right now, and Warnock is up. The Democrat is up 51% over Herschel Walker, the Republican at 47%, and a long way to go still with that one. It is still a toss-up. North Carolina is pretty much tied, 49 and 49, between the Republican Budd and the Democrat Beasley. Pennsylvania, the Democrat Fetterman is blowing out Dr. Oz, 65 to 33, but that's only at 14% at the moment reporting. Ohio is tied, with the Republican Vance and the Democrat Ryan at 50-50. Illinois, looks like the Democrat Duckworth is blowing out the Republican Saviv, 62-37. Iowa, Grassley is up 54%. He's the Republican over Franken, Democrat at 46%. Long way to go there. Missouri, looks like the Democrat has got double digits on the Republican. Bush Valentine over Smith, 61% to 38%. So those are, let's see, the polls in Louisiana are closing now. We have a lot of polls, Texas, Nebraska, Wyoming, New Mexico. It's going to be a while. Let's look over here at Colorado real quick. 31% reporting. We have the Democrat Bennett up 58 over Jay Odell, the Republican at 40%. Arizona is zero reporting at the moment. North Dakota, where are we at in North Dakota? At the moment, only 5% reporting. We have the Republican up 58 over the Democrat 26. Wisconsin, we have Johnson, the Republican, up 63% over Burns, the Democrat, 37%. So those are looking pretty good. So far, the numbers for Republicans are looking fairly good for the Senate. We need 51 for control. And right now, Republicans have 39 and Democrats have 38. With lots to go here, my friends. In New York, forget it, throw it out. Schumer, 77% over the Republican opinion at 23%. And also, and of course, we expected that. In Vermont, another blowout, it looks like. Welsh, it's at 64%. Maloney's at 32%. So now I want to take you, let's go look at Georgia. And first, we told you about Warnock is up over Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker had a bunch of things happen in the past just week, especially the past 3 days, where, he's on this pro-life stance, yet it's been exposed that he actually paid for abortions for 2 different women. Whether or not that's true, I do not know. I was not with them, nor do I know him personally, but that's what was reported out there, and that's turning off a lot of people. Let's go to all updates on, don't want to see that. Let's go back here. Let's look at some projections that are coming in right now. Arkansas, Republican Bozeman is the projected winner. South Dakota, Jay Thurn is the projected winner, the Republican. New York, I just told you it's going to be a Democrat. Kansas is Jay Morgan, the projected winner, Republican. Vermont, again, as you know, is going to be a Democrat. Oklahoma has Mueller as the projected winner, the Republican. For District 2, District 1 is Lankford, the projected winner. Of course, we told you about Marco Rubio is the projected winner and will be the winner in Florida. Alabama, Kay Britt is the projected winner, the Republican. Kentucky, Rand Paul is the projected winner. And we still have polls closing at 7:30 Eastern time in North Carolina, Ohio, 7 p.m. and will be finished in some of the districts in Georgia, Indiana, Kentucky, South Carolina, Vermont. South Carolina projected winner is Tim Scott, and Indiana, Republican, and Indiana is T. Young, projected winner, Republican. I want to look at the governor's race because that is a very tight race at the moment in many different locations. Right now, let's stay on the Senate for a second. Senate results by pre-election forecasted chances. 2 are a toss-up, 8 are solid Democrat, 4 are leaning or likely leaning Democrat, 4 are likely or leaning Republican, and 17 are solid Republican. So that's very good news when it comes to the Senate. Let's look at, that was the Senate. We just went through that. Let's go over here, get off of CNN for a second, and let's look at what we're looking at with Fox News at the moment. Again, too early to call with Fetterman and Oz. Locked in a battle and slow counting in Pennsylvania prepares for a long night. Speaking of, let me stop for just a second and talk about this for a moment. You know, for years, way before any of us living today were alive, let's go back to the beginning of elections in America, when it was just done with a pencil, before pens were even invented. And for years, it was done that way. And there was never a problem. We were able somehow to get results on election night. And then technology comes into play with computers and electronic voting machines. And all of a sudden, we can't get tallies in the same day. It just, this is one place where technology has definitely screwed us, because that's insane. And it continues to get worse constantly. It doesn't appear to be getting any better anytime soon, which is sad. Again, staying with now we got a slight update here. On the Senate right now, we have plus 10 for the Republicans and only a plus 5 for the Democrats. In the House, there are 322 House seats left in play, and Republicans at the moment are up 73 to Democrats 40. I'm going to go ahead and tell you my projection for the House is that Republicans are going to sweep this. It will be a red wave, and Republicans will control the House by the time tonight's over with. That is my prediction. The Senate, we will see. It's going to be close. Florida, again, the governor's race projected winner is Ron DeSantis over Democrat Crist. So that's good. Marco Rubio, as we talked about earlier, is a projected winner over the Democrat challenger Val Demings. And why are we getting a little? Oh, here we go. Let's look at MSNBC analysts can't say Georgia election is fair. Yeah, well, we all know that, don't we? All right, let's go back to, I want to talk about a few other things that happened today. A 38-year-old man was arrested today, and reports he was armed with a knife and threatening staff at a Wisconsin polling location to stop the voting. Authorities said the West Bend Police Department said it received a call from West Bend Community Memorial Library staff about the unidentified man at 12:35 this afternoon. He allegedly demanded that operations stop. Police officers responded and took him into custody. No one was harmed, thank God. The library is the polling location for the city, 40 miles north of Milwaukee. Voting was paused only for 30 minutes as authorities investigated and cleared the scene and took this idiot into custody. So that's good news. Let's talk about Maricopa County in Arizona, which is, it just every year it seems to be, or every election, it seems to be the same shit. They just don't seem to be able to find a way to get things fixed with elections. Officials in Maricopa County, Arizona said they have found a solution after roughly 20% of their polling sites were experiencing issues with calibrating machines and coming up with the totals just hours after election day polls open. The county's election department said it identified the solution for this issue at about 60 vote centers so far. The solution has worked at 17 locations so far. The technicians deployed throughout the county are working to resolve this issue at the remaining locations, according to the Maricopa County Elections Department tweet on Tuesday afternoon. The county said technicians changed the printer settings and the issue appears to have been resolved. It appears some of the printers were not producing dark enough timing marks on ballots, the county tweeted. Things that just make you go, what in the hell? A printer, not just one, but all of them, in 60 locations, completely screwed up their voting. Things that make you go, what the hell? All right, let's get back up here and see where we're standing at the moment. In the Senate, let's refresh this page. Senate results: Republicans at 40, Democrats at 38, 51 needed for control. House, Republicans are at 180, Democrats are at 120, 218 needed for control. Governor races, Republicans are up 16 governors over Democrats 9. And again, let's see if I can get us into, for whatever reason, every time I try and look at Georgia, it won't do it. And I do not understand why, because it was working perfectly fine earlier. Let's click here, see if that'll help us look at anything. Georgia is red, except for the major metropolitan cities, especially like Atlanta, where it's blue. The major metropolitan cities, well, I don't need to tell you about those. You know all about that just as well as I know. It's shameful. Let's see where we're at here. We still have the Democrat Warnock up 51% over Herschel Walker at 47%, with 66 reporting. Okay, all Georgia House races. Okay, this is good. Buddy Carter, Republican, is up over Herring, the Democrat, 60% over 40%. And that's for District 1 in Georgia. District 2 in Georgia is tied 50-50 between the Democrat and Republican. Georgia's District 3, Ferguson is the projected winner at 68% over Armin, a Democrat, at 32%. Georgia's District 4, it looks like it's going to be a blowout. Hank Johnson over the Republican Chavez, 81-19. District 5 is the same way. Williams, 84 over Zim at 16. And this is the big one that I was trying to find earlier, and now I'm on it. Georgia governor results right now at 67% voting reporting. Brian Kemp, the Republican, is up 52% over Stacey Abrams, the Democrat, 47%. Georgia, don't let us down. This is a must win as far as governors are concerned. We cannot let the state of Georgia turn blue with a freaking Democrat governor, especially this one, Stacey Abrams. I'm not going to continue on about Stacey Abrams. I've talked about her many times in the past. You all know what the situation is there. Stacey Abrams is she's a freaking bigot. She's anti-police. She's she's a liar. She says one thing one day and the next day says she didn't say it. And Kemp put out some pretty good ads showing just that, where she denies saying something and then they show the clip of her actually saying it. So that's working in his favor. One of the Republican Party's best chances to pick up a Senate seat is in Georgia, according to 538. But the party's nominee, Herschel Walker, has been filled with controversy, which we already talked about. I don't know how that's going to turn out. And to be honest, that's really not going to affect too much, although it would have been nice to have that particular seat turn red. Let's refresh this page. And we're still at Kemp right now is at 42%, with Stacey Abrams at 47% and 69% reporting. So that's very, very good news. And let's get back out here again and look at our House and Senate real quick. In the Senate, all right, we're looking a lot better here. North Dakota, the Republican Hoeven is up 58% over Christian's 24%, the Democrat. South Dakota, blowout. The Republican Thrun, 71% over Biggin's 25%. Kansas, another blowout. Republican Morgan up 51% over Holland, the Democrat 47%. Oklahoma, another blowout. Legford, Republican 66% over Horn, the Democrat at 31%. Indiana, another blowout. Projected winner is Young, the Republican at 60% over McDermott, the Democrat at 36%. Kentucky, another one. Rand Paul is up 58% over Booker, 42%, and that's at 52% reporting at the moment. Although they're turning that red right now, I'm not going to go there. We're going to leave it where it is. Although I do believe when you're looking at 52% in and 58% for the Republican and 42% for the Democrat, well, it's kind of self-explanatory, but let's not jump the gun on that one yet. South Carolina, that's a blowout. Tim Scott, the Republican, is at 62% over Kay Matthews, the Democrat, at 38%. Looking really, really good there. Alabama, again, another one that's looking good for the Republicans. Kay Britt, 65% over the Democrat Boyd at 34%. Now, the big ones right now that are looking blue for Democrats, obviously we talked about Georgia. Warnock is at 50%. Herschel Walker has moved up a little bit. He's at 48%. 69% reporting. That's really got to change drastically and really quick if Walker's going to pull this off. I don't know if that's going to happen. North Carolina, which I'm very surprised to see the Democrat this close to the Republican. Bud, the Republican's at 50% and Beasley is at 48%. It's at 74% reporting. So again, that's way too early to call, but the Republican is ahead at the moment. Ohio, little bit of change here. 50% is reported right now. The Republican is up. Vance is up 51% over Ryan's 49%. That's good to hear. Pennsylvania, again, not looking good for Oz. Only 22% reporting, but Fetterman is up 57% over Oz's 41%. We go look at the deep blue areas that we didn't expect to do anything with and don't really care about, such as Connecticut. We have Blumenthal at 64%, the Democrat, over Levy, the Republican, at 38%. New Hampshire, Hassan, the Democrat, is up 59% over Bolduc, 40%. That's only 31% reporting. Let's see, where else? Illinois, not looking good. Duckworth, the Democrats, at 58%. For Sylvia's 40%. That's at 17% reporting. Wisconsin, the Democrat Barnes is up 52%, the Johnson's 48%. So it's, we're looking there, folks. Down in Louisiana, where I'm at, it's looking really good for John Kennedy. Looks like he's at 68% over Mixon, the Democrat at 14%. That is just now coming in, so that's looking very decent. Colorado is not looking good for Republicans. Bennett, the Democrat, is at 58%. JOD is at, the Republican is at 39%, and that's a 43% reporting. So we still have a long way to go there. Again, that was with the Senate. Now let's move over here and see if we can take a look at how the House is looking at the moment. And we're not going to do it with that. Never fails. Let's go look there. Nope, we won't go there. We will refresh that. And go down here to, this is still Senate. Well, I'll tell you what, they want to make this difficult to follow, don't they? We'll just go over here to Fox News and look at it. How about that? For the House at the moment, Indiana, Green is up. Who's the Republican? Virginia, the Democrat is up 52%. Ohio, the Democrat is up 57 to 42. So Democrats are starting to look pretty good in certain areas. Yeah. In Maine, the Democrats up 43 to 50. Pennsylvania, 62 to 37. But we still have a long ways to go with that. Okay, here we go. Let's look directly at the House at the moment. The overall view of the House at the moment. Democrats projected to win 47 seats, and Republicans are projected to win 80 seats. If that stays the course, Republicans will control the House of Representatives. And Merrick Garland, the Department of Justice, Attorney General, you're out of a job. Rare over at the FBI, you're out of a job. Dr. Fauci, pack your shit. You're out of there. Looking back at the Senate again, right now we have plus 11 for the Republicans and a plus 5 for the Democrats, and that is what's being reported as confident. Let's look at governor races again. Rhode Island, who cares? It turned Democrat. New Hampshire was won by GOP candidate just now. New Hampshire. Wow. Connecticut, again, is looking at a Democrat. Texas is starting to look good. We already know about Arizona. We got Oklahoma turning red. We got Georgia slowly turning red. We have South Dakota slowly turning red. Wyoming, Texas, Arizona, Tennessee, Alabama, Florida, South Carolina, Ohio is looking good, is turning red. These are for our governor races. Let's see what let's look directly at Georgia again. Again, I cannot express how important this is in Georgia. Republican Kemp is at 52.9, and Abrams is at 46.4, and that's at 62.14% in at the moment. So we're still looking good in Georgia. Hopefully that's going to stay that way. Going back over to the Senate real quick. We're still at plus 11 for Republicans and plus 5 for Democrats. We're looking okay, people. Look, is it a shoe-in yet? No, it's not. But It definitely looks a lot better than it did when these polls first started closing. I'm sure some of y'all were watching that or listening to it on your way home or whatever, and it was kind of scary. But the overall vote needed, we need 51 to control the Senate. And right now, we're Republicans, even though picking up plus 11, we're at 40 with Democrats plus 5 at 41. So they're one up right now when it comes to the Senate. Moving back over to the House, we need 218. Republicans are at 83. Democrats are at 47. So I'm pretty confident there that it's going to stay that way. Now, I want to go and talk about some other things with this election that's, things that are happening that you may or may not have heard about. And then we come back to these tallies. A prominent progressive political group is preemptively blaming Senator Joe Manchin for any losses that Democrats may endure this midterm cycle. Even before polls closed today on Tuesday, the Progressive Change Campaign Committee lashed out at the West Virginia Democrat for having delayed President Biden's agenda last year. Candidates up and down the ballot, from progressive to more conservative, were hurt by Joe Manchin stalling on the Democrat economic agenda for an entire year, said Adam Green, their founder. Manchin owes all Democrats in the country an apology. The comments come as polling ahead of Election Day showed Republicans surging and Democrats struggling in the shadow of Biden's low job approval numbers. You want to blame anybody? Go blame Joe Biden for saying, quote, we're going to close down every coal mine. That's who you need to be blaming. Come on. Seriously? You want to put the blame on Joe Manchin? They also underscore the pivoting role that Manchin has played on Capitol Hill over the past 2 years in a 50-50 Senate. Shortly after Biden took office, Democrats began working on a massive spending bill named Build Back Better, which didn't go anywhere, and it's not going to go anywhere. There's so much pork in that damn thing that has nothing to do with building back this country. It's ridiculous. The legislation proposed an ambitious overhaul of the nation's economic and climate energy infrastructure. Giving widespread GOP opposition, the legislation's only path to passive was via a party line process known as budget reconciliation. That intention of the bill died within the 50-50 Senate, aimed Manchin's fear it would escalate 40-year high inflation. And he was pretty much spot on. The West Virginia Democrat reversed course this year after getting significant concessions from Schumer and Whitland that the bill, down from its initial $3.5 trillion price tag to roughly $700 billion. Green, whose group has raised nearly $2 million for progressive candidates, said that Manchin's tactics have prevented vulnerable Democrats from having accomplishments to run until late in the cycle. As gas prices were tangibly felt by voters, Manchin obstruction denied voters the opportunity to have money in their pockets, childcare for their families, lower price prescriptions, and other positive impacts in the time for 22 elections, said Green. These benefits would have been more than offset the crunch on many family budgets for raising gas and grocery prices. That is the most stupidest thing I have ever heard from anyone. Are you freaking kidding me? And y'all are pointing the finger at Joe Manchin and not Joe Biden, who said, oh, we're going to get rid of all gasoline cars. We're going to go all battery operated. What's it require to make batteries, gas and oil? What's it require to make steel, to make plastics? All of it requires gas and oil. It's completely insane what they think they can do. I mean, it sounds good when you say it. Hey, let's all go green and get away from gas and oil. But Even if we could do that, the polluting nations of this world make us look like the smallest fish in the pond. It would not adjust in any way, shape, or form what's coming out of places like Russia and North Korea and China and all over Central and South America. They're polluting the shit out of everything. But yet we need to suffer when we, the Americans, America as a country, is doing better. We lead the world in reduction of emissions. We do. America does. We have lower emissions than any other country on this planet. But yet the Democrats keep pushing this false narrative. And it's pretty damn pathetic. Incumbent Senator Josh Hawley, Republican, Missouri, and Missouri Senate hopeful Eric Schmitt each said yesterday that if Republicans take control of the U.S. Senate, they won't support Senate Mitch McConnell, Republican Kentucky, for another term as leader. And I applaud you for that. At a rally for Schmitt in Springfield, Missouri, Hawley told a gaggle of reporters that he preferred a fresh face for leader, citing disagreements with McConnell in funding Ukraine's defense against Russia and spending legislation. I don't imagine I will, no, Hawley said when asked if he would support McConnell. I'm not sure if any other senator will run or not. Nobody's indicated they would, but my view is that we need new leadership in that position, he added. Asked by St. Louis Public Radio Johnson Rosenberg who should be the next GOP leader, Hawley simply replied, not Mitch McConnell. Those comments came at a rally for Schmitt, the state attorney general who himself has voiced opposition to McConnell's leadership. In the final weeks of the Republican Senate primary in July, Schmitt told reporters he wants either Senator Ted Cruz of Texas or Mike Lee of Utah to lead the Republican conference. Mitch McConnell hasn't endorsed me, and I don't endorse him for leadership, Schmitt said at the time. Asked yesterday how he would vote in the next leadership election, Schmitt told reporters, I said what I said, and I stand by those comments. McConnell is 80 years old, has been the Republican leader in the Senate for nearly 15 years, both in and out of the majority. He announced his intention to run for leadership again back in January, though there were growing calls for change among his GOP colleagues. In addition to Hawley, Senator Rick Scott, Republican Florida, has refused to comment to vote for McConnell and did not rule out running for leadership himself in an interview on NBC News, Meet the Press, this past Sunday. I'm not focused on anything except getting a majority Tuesday night, Scott said, which host Chuck Todd observed as a non-answer. The opposition to McConnell intensified after former President Donald Trump began openly feuding with the GOP leader who refused to support Trump's unapproved claims about the 2020 election. Trump has repeatedly called for McConnell to be replaced, going so far as to vow that it will happen if he runs for and wins the White House in 2024. This guy does not deserve to continue to be the leader, and hopefully somebody is going to challenge him, Trump said in a radio interview just last week. But I'll tell you, if I run, if I win, he will not be the leader. Several Trump-endorsed Senate candidates have followed the former president's lead, saying they will not support McConnell for leader. Those include Arizona Senate nominee Blake Masters, who backed a challenge to McConnell on Monday. Alaska candidate Kelly Tashaba and New Hampshire GOP nominee Don Bolduc also did the same. Take Trump completely out of the equation, and McConnell's got to go. All right, and we have the opportunity to do that now. It appears, and then that's what we need to do. We need to stick to our guns on this because we cannot have these rhinos continuing to be there, and they're not doing shit for us. Trust me, they're not doing anything for Republicans. All right, let's go back and look at Senate results at the moment. And it's 40-40 at the moment. We need 51, folks, and we're at 40-40. Again, Florida, done deal, Republicans. Alabama, done deal, Republicans. South Carolina, done deal. Alabama, done deal. Georgia, this is shocking. 74% reporting, and Walker and Harnack are at 49 and 49. It's a possibility Georgia is going to turn red when it comes to that particular Senate seat. We'll see. North Carolina, the Republican bud is up 51% over Beasley, the Democrat 47%. We're looking good there. Pennsylvania, Fetterman's got it. He's up there, 54%. The Democrat over Oz, the Republican, at 43. I'm just about ready to write that off, although it's way too early to do that. Ohio is 61% reporting at the moment. Vance, the Republican, is up 53% to Ryan, the Democrat, 47%. So we're looking good in Ohio. Indiana, done deal. Republican over the Democrat. Young, 59% over McDermott, 37%. Let's look at Wisconsin. Way too close to call. The Democrats, 52%, Republican, 48%, with only 30% reporting. North Dakota, only 22% reporting at the moment, but the Republican Hoeven is up 54% over Christensen, 29%. So looking really, really good in North Dakota. That's red, folks. South Dakota is the same way, big way. The Republican Thune is up 69% to Biggins, Democrat at 27%. Of course, there's only 16% reporting at the moment, but those are great numbers. Colorado, on the other hand, half the votes are in right now, folks. It's 50%, and Bennett, the Democrat, is up 58% over JOD, the Republican, at 40%. So at that point, I'm going to project that the Democrat's going to pull that one off. It's looking very, very healthy for them. Kansas, 46% reporting right now. The Republican Jay Morgan is up 54% over Holland, the Democrat, at 44%. Very, very good for Kansas. Oklahoma, another one. This is a blowout. Put it in the red column. Langford, the Republican, 66% over Horn, the Democrat, 31%. Arkansas, another one. Although there's only 24% reporting, Bozeman, the Republican, is up 62% to James, the Democrat, 35%. Coming back down here to Louisiana, 19% reporting. Kennedy, the Republican, is up 66% to Chambers, the Democrat, 14%. Too early to call, but I project that Kennedy is going to win that. Pretty much hands down. Let's go back over and look at Georgia again. Walker and Warnock. Wow, that's unfreaking believable. Not only are they at 49%, but they're at literally 1,000 votes difference right now. It's 76% reporting. Amazing. And Walker is actually up. He's wow, that's great. That's freaking great. Colorado, Bennett's projected winner. Maryland, the projected winner is the Democrat. North Dakota, the projected winner is the Republican. Arkansas, as we talked about, Jay Boozman is projected winner right now. South Dakota is Republican, projected winner. New York, Schumer's projected winner, the Democrat. Kansas, Warren is a projected winner, the Republican. Vermont, Welch is a projected winner. We knew that. We're still waiting on polls to close in, looks like Arkansas. There's still some polls out in many different locations, especially as we move, as we start going towards the West Coast. Oklahoma, projected winner is the Republican. Langford, Florida, as we already talked about, is Rubio. Alabama, the projected winner is Britt, the Republican. Kentucky's the projected winner, Paul, Republican. We're looking good. Let's refresh this page and go back up here again and see if there's been any drastic changes in the Senate. No, we're still 40-40. We need 51. We need 50. We need more than 51, but 51 will put us there, folks. So we're looking okay. Not looking horrible, but we're looking okay there. And we don't need that. Let's look at, what are we looking at? Okay, let's go look at the Senate again, 40-40. Okay, on the House, we're now looking at 181 Republicans to 122 Democrats with 218 for control. So it is leaning Republican. The governor's races, looking good for Republicans. 18-10 at the moment. Okay, we got some more projected winners coming in. Louisiana projected winner is going to be John Kennedy, the Republican. South Dakota is the projected winner, the Republican Nome. Oklahoma, the projected winner is the Republican Stent. Colorado is going to be Democrat. Maryland Democrat. North Dakota projected winner is going to be the Republican. Vermont, unbelievable. Scott, projected winner, Republican. Colorado, the Democrats projected winner for governor. Arkansas, it appears that Sarah Huckabee Sanders is going to be the governor of Arkansas. Massachusetts, they're calling the projected winner to be a Democrat. We already figured that out. Okay, we're going to skip through all that. Let's go down here and look at where we at again with this Georgia race. Still 49-49 with Walker up now by 2,000 votes. All right, looking good. You know, this Pennsylvania, that's just, I don't know. I find it kind of shocking that Fetterman is blowing out Dr. Oz. I really do. If you've watched Oz and Fetterman debate, Oz just dismantled him. Some of the things that came out of Fetterman's mouth over the past few months, unbelievable. So what they're doing up in Pennsylvania, I don't know. The good news is there's only 36% reporting at the moment. So could that change? Yes. I don't know. All right, let's look at the Senate again. Again, we need 51 to control. We're at 41 over the Democrats' 40. Looking good, looking good. Let's look at full results here. We go back and look at Louisiana, blowout for Kennedy. Arkansas, blowout for the Republican. Bozeman, Oklahoma, Langford's over 50%. Amazing, the Republican. Kansas, again, turning Republican. South Dakota, Republican. North Dakota, Republican. Florida, as we already expected and knew, is Republican. Alabama, Brit, 67% of avoid 31%. It's only 15% reporting, but good gosh, 67 over 31, that looks pretty good. Kentucky, 70% reporting, Rand Paul at 58 over Booker's 42. Let's jump over here and look at Virginia real quick. We don't have anything reporting there. We don't have anything on West Virginia. I don't know what the hell they're doing. In Ohio, we have 65% reporting, and we have the Republican Vance up 53% over Ryan, the Democrat, 47%. Pennsylvania, the Democrat, again, Fetterman is pulling ahead of Oz. Wisconsin, the Democrat is up 51%. Barnes over Johnson, Republican, 49%, and that's 33% reporting at the moment. I don't think there's been any changes in New York is just a total blowout. Schumer over Pinion, that was expected. 69% over the Republicans, 30%. 26% reporting, but you're not coming back from that. That's pretty freaking amazing numbers for them. Let's go back over here and take a look at more on the House. Let's jump up here. Okay, let's stop for a second and look. Okay, the House right now, again, we need 218. We're at 188 for the Republicans and 122 for the Democrats. So we're looking good. We're still looking good for the governor races at 18 Republicans and 10 Democrat. And with the Senate, we need 51. We got 10 to go. We're 41 right now. Democrats are at 40. So with the Senate, we're moving. With the House, we're blowing it out, which is what we needed at a minimum. And the governor races are looking really, really good as well. In 2 minutes, we're going to have, it's probably now at 9 o'clock. Montana, Nevada, and Utah polls are closed, and we'll start getting their results in here shortly. Let's go back down here and look at Georgia again with Herschel Walker and Warnock. We're still at 49 and 49. And Warnock has just moved ahead by 3,000 votes. And he's the Democrat. That's going to go back and forth a little bit. We're still at 77% reporting at the moment. Senate in Pennsylvania, we're still looking at Fetterman and Oz. Fetterman is probably going to pull that off, folks. Hate to tell you. Democrats right now, let me refresh that page and see if that's anything. We're still for the Senate at 41 and 40. Has anything changed here recently? Let's see. I'll refresh that again. Let's go in here and look at South Carolina. Done deal. Even though we're a little over half reporting now. It's 54%, and Scott's at 60 to Matthews 40. So that's going to be red. Pretty much a given. Let's look at Iowa. 29% reporting right now. Franken, the Democrats, at 54%, and Grassley, the Republican, is at 45. So it's looking good for the Democrats right there. Missouri, it's looking really good for Republicans at the moment, even though it's only 25%. The Republican right now, Smith, is at 60% to Bush Valentine at 38%. So that's good news. Kansas, again, 54% reporting. Morgan is right now at 55% to Holland's 42%. So we're looking great in Kansas. South Dakota, we're looking really good. Oh, wow. We're 19% reporting, and the Republican Thorne has got 70%, where Bing's the Democrats at 26%. North Dakota, again, Republican is doing great. Hoeven is at 54% to Christian's 28%. Oklahoma, big blowout. Langford is at 65%. He's a Republican. To Horn, the Democrat, at 31%. Jump over here to Kentucky. Not much change. We're still looking at Rand Paul at 58%, the Republican, over Booker, the Democrat, at 42%. So we're looking good, folks. We're looking good for the Senate at the moment. We are up by 1, 41 to 40. That's going to change. It's going to close in tight. Trust me. It's not going to be something that's going to be a given at any point here and tonight. In fact, it may go into tomorrow for all we know. Right now, let's look at the Senate results. The pre-election forecasted chances had the only likely was solid was 3 for the Democrats and 1 leaning, so a total of 4, where Republican results were solid 12, total 12. 2 are toss-up, 8 are solid Democrat, 4 are likely leaning Democrat, 4 are likely leaning Republican, and 17 are solid Republican. So that's healthy to see. And we will come out of that. All right, let's get away from that for a little bit and talk a little bit more about some of the breaking news on this election that happened today. MSNBC analyst Jason Johnson began casting doubts on the results of Georgia's midterm election hours before the polls closed today. Deadline White House. Johnson appeared as one of several guests monitoring the 2018 midterm elections back then and highlighted the battleground state of Georgia. He immediately highlighted the election law within the state, excuse me, claiming that it's an example of voter suppression. I think this is the greatest indicator that we always have to see talk about voter suppression. It's almost 5 o'clock. In the state of Georgia, Brian Kemp and Raffensperger, they changed the state law so that you cannot get a provisional ballot in Georgia before 5. So if you have waited in line for 2.5 hours, got there, and they said, oh, that's a mistake, you can't get a provisional ballot here, Johnson said. He's emphasized. The level of voter suppression is beyond anything we saw in 2018. And by the way, in case you didn't know, he's a complete and utter liar. That is not true. But MSNBC is going to give him a talking point anyhow. So I think it's completely up in the air. There's been youth turnout at levels we haven't expected. Democrats feel confident. Republicans I've spoken to feel confident. But we can't say that whatever happens tonight is a fair and equal election, because there have been too many laws passed by election deniers to keep people from expressing themselves. Bullshit. Governor Brian Kemp, Republican Georgia, enacted an election reform law back in 2021. His Democratic opponent, Stacey Abrams, has frequently attacked this law as an example of voter suppression. Despite Johnson and Abrams' acquisitions, however, Georgia has seen record level turnout on early voting. Johnson later claimed that the election could be more complicated than polls promoting a Republican wave have suggested. He also reiterated that election results could take days or weeks to find, depending on the state situation. I am shocked. I talked to a lot of my former students in Ohio. I'm so surprised at the number of people who say they really think Tim Ryan is going to win. I hear a lot of people are saying there are Southeast Ohio people who can't stand J.D. Vance. Most people who I'm talking to in Florida say it's going to be a complete wipeout. What I've been hearing about organizations on the ground is to keep our eyes on North Carolina. Sherry Baisley might be a lot stronger than expected. I'm surprised, Johnson said. A month ago, I thought this was clearly Republicans taking the House and Democrats maybe hold the Senate. I have no idea what's going to happen. This is the first cycle in like 4 cycles where I literally don't know what's going to happen. And we may not know for days or weeks because of vote fights and counts and fraudulent accusations, he said. This one deserves a toss. Jeez, dude. Give me a break. All right, let's refresh our map. We're still looking at 41 for the Senate and 40 Democrats at the moment. What do we have over here in Colorado? Let's take a closer look at that. Colorado, what are you doing? The Republican is up 58 over the, the Democrat is up 58 over the Republican 40%. That's Bennett, the Democrat, and O'Day, the Republican. Louisiana, looking great for Republicans. Arkansas is looking great for Republicans. Oklahoma, great for Republicans, double digits. Same thing in Kansas, South Dakota, North Dakota. These are all good, my friends. We look down here at Georgia, where it's 79% expected voting reporting at the moment. We're still at 49 and 49 between Warnock and Walker. Although at the moment, it's back down to about 500 votes between Walker and Warnock, with the Democrat having 500 more. North Carolina, the Republican is getting a little bit more up there, 51%. Over that's Bud over Beasley, the Democrat, at 47% and 84% reporting. So that's looking good for us. Ohio, Republican Jay Vance. Wow. Okay, Ohio. Thank you. Jay Vance, the Republican, is up 54% over Ryan's 46%, with 73% reporting. That's a big change and very good. Still over in Pennsylvania, Republican Oz is at 46, with Fetterman at 51. So he's come up a little bit. 46% reporting. I'm still not going to go there. We just wait and see what's going to happen there. Let's look at Wisconsin. Again, very close. Only 42% reporting. The Democrats up at 51%. And Johnson, the Republican, is at 49%. So that's very close. Illinois, wow. Duckworth, the Dem, is at 57% over the Republican at 41%. So technically right now, okay, and as far as the Senate is concerned, the Democrats have Colorado, Illinois, New York, Maryland, Vermont, and that's New York. I'm sorry. We already did Maryland. Okay. And that's it. Republicans have North Dakota, South Dakota, Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Alabama, Florida, South Carolina, Kentucky, Indiana. We're leading in North Carolina. We're literally, wow, in Georgia, 79% reporting, and we're talking about, let's see, let me do the math here real quick because my head is not functioning 100%. We are talking minus 489. Oh, wait, and that just changed again. Walker's up. Walker is up by 1,000 again. It just jumped. It was only going to be about 32. Now it's up by 1,000. All right, so we're still hanging in there for that one. Let's go look closer at anything with, we don't have anything on, I don't know why we don't have anything at the moment on over in our Virginia area, but we don't. Oz is moving up a little bit on Fetterman as far as Pennsylvania is concerned. Not enough, though, I don't think, at 48% reporting, to be honest with you. All right, let's look at Senate results right now. We're still at 41. Now we're at 41 Democrat as well. 51 needed for control. The House, we need 218. We're at 188 for the Republicans and 124 for the Democrat. And the governor races still is at 19 and 11 in favor of the Republicans. And let's see what else we can pull up here. Let me go back over here to, we don't have anything coming in. Let's see, we have nothing on California. That's going to be a while. Not that we give a shit about California, but just in case you do. Right now with the House, we need 218. We're at 87 Republicans and 48 Democrats, so we're looking good with that. Let's see if I can bring you up anything that's changed drastically. Well, Colorado, the Democrat Adam Frisch is over Lauren Brabant. 111,339 to 98,206 with 61% reporting. So she may be going out. Polls are closed there. Up in Connecticut, George Logan is at 20,124 to Jana Hayes, the Democrat, at 22,630 with 14% reporting. So that's got a long ways to go with that one. Let's see if we got anything happening right now in Texas. That's New York. We're not going to look at that. We're going to look at Texas. All right. Texas 28 district. We have the Democrat is up by 57 or 56% over the Republican at 43%. That's only 47% reporting. In Virginia, the Democrat or the Republican is up 54% over the Democrat at 45%. That's in District 2. In District 7, though, the Democrat is up 50%, not by much, over the Republican, 49.3%. And in Virginia, District 10, the Democrat is up 52% to the Republicans, 47%. We don't have anything in Washington, obviously. And let's see what else we have down here. Maine, the Democrats up 47 to 45. Pennsylvania's Democrat across the border in Pennsylvania. It's looking that way right now. Colorado, the Democrats are up, not by much. Kansas, the Democrat is up 56 to 41. Michigan as well. So it's going to be a long night, folks. Going back to the Senate, Democrats are now 42 to Republicans 41, although the Democrats so far have only picked up 6 seats to the Republicans 12. So that's good. Let's see what else we can scream in here on. Let's look at the House again. And the House at the moment is Republicans at 87, Democrats at 48. Again, we need 218 at a minimum. So we're still looking good there. We're looking very good there. I'm very, very happy with that. Go back and look at the governor races. Georgia is turning red, my friends. That is good. Texas, red. Wyoming, red. South Dakota, red. Iowa, red. Arkansas, red. Tennessee, red. Alabama, red. Ohio, red. South Carolina, red. Florida, red. Vermont is looking red at the moment. That's freaking amazing and good to hear. Let's refresh this and see if we got any new updates that we can share. Okay, 93% is reporting in Florida with Marco Rubio at 58% and Demons, the Democrat, at 41%. So stick a fork in it. Florida's done and in the red column. Back over here to Georgia, 79%, and Walker's up again. Although the percentage is 49, he's up about, let's see, 7,000 votes. So that's good. South Carolina looking really good for Tim Scott, the Republican at 61% over Matthews, 38. North Carolina, the Republican is pulling ahead, 51% over the Democrat, 47%. So good news. We still have the same thing in Pennsylvania. It's not looking good for Dr. Oz. We go over here to Ohio, 76% reporting. Vance is up, the Republican, 44%, or 54%, I'm sorry, to Ryan, the Democrat, 46%. That's good. Missouri, only 37% reporting, but Smith, the Republican, is up 59% to Bush Valentine's 39%. So we're looking good there. We're still looking great in Kansas. Republican 57 to Holland, the Democrat 40. It's 60% reporting. We're still looking great, and we're looking done in Oklahoma. I'll just stick a fork in that one too. The Republicans at 65%, the Democrats at 31%. That's for seat 1 of that election. Seat 2 has Mullen, the Republican, up 63% over 34%. Where else are we at? Okay, we have results coming in now for Arizona. 42% reporting. The Democrat, Kelly, is up 56% over the Republican Masters at 41%. Wake up, Arizona. That's not good. Colorado, 67% reporting. Bennett, the Democrats, up 56% over JOD, the Republican, 42%. We still have a ways to go for Alaska, California, Nevada, Idaho. Their still polls are open. They don't close until 10:24 Eastern or let's see, 10:30, I think, Eastern time. Same thing with Washington State, Oregon, Idaho. Let's go up here and look at North Dakota results. Hoeven represent the Republicans up 55% over Christians 26%. He's smoking it, looking really, really good there. All right, let's scroll down a little bit and look where we're at with the totals again, with the Senate projected results: Democrats 5 and Republicans 12. Solid Republican 17, a likely Republican 4, likely Democrat 4, solid 8 to Tulsa. So we still got a long way to go there, but that's okay. All right. Let's go back and look at the governor's race in Georgia, which is something that is very, very important for this, for all of us. We really need this to be pulled out by Kemp. And where are we at? Drum roll, 80% reporting, and the Governor Kemp, Republican, is up 54% over Stacey Abrams, the Democrat, 45%. Yes, Georgia. And to Mr. and Mrs. Jake Wright that are watching tonight from Georgia, you got this. Let's see. In South Carolina, McMaster, 51% the Republican over Cummings, 41% the Democrat. Done deal. Alabama, Ivy, 65% over Flowers, 32%. Stick a fork in it. It's 28%, but we're talking 65 to 32. That's some pretty damn good numbers. Tennessee, done. Stick a fork in it for Tennessee. It's going to be a red. Lee is at the Republicans at 67%. Martin, the Democrats, at 31%. Where are we at in Kansas? Kansas is slightly looking good for the Democrat. Kelly at 52% over Smith, the Republican, at 45%. Nebraska is looking good for Republicans at 51% over the Democrat at 45%. South Dakota, 27% reporting, but Nome, the Republicans, at 63%, and Smith, the Democrat, is at 34%. Jumping over to Wyoming, 20% reporting right now, but Gordon's up 76%, the Republican, to Livingston, the Democrat, 14%. So that's very, very good news. Let's see where we're at in Wisconsin. The Democrat is up 53% over the Republican at 46%. Michigan is Whitmer is 54%, the Democrat, to Dixon, the Republican challenger, at 45%. That's only 25% reporting. So that could change. It's possible. Keeping my fingers crossed. Let's go back and look at Pennsylvania. 56% reporting. The Democrat is up 56 over the Republican 42. Let's jump over here to Arizona again. 42% reporting. Hobbs, the Democrat, is at 55%, while Lake, the Republican, is at 45%. So we're getting results in over there, and it's looking heavy Democrat at the moment. New Mexico, 52% reporting, with the Democrat at 54% and the Republican at 44%. And I think that's all the governor at the moment. Oh, no, let's go look up here at New Hampshire. 45% reporting, and the Republican is up 55% to the Democrats' 44%. That's amazing. What's even more amazing than that? Vermont. The Democrat is up the Republican is up 72% to the Democrats' 22%. Again, you got to look at only 16% reporting at the moment, so that could go in many different ways. Massachusetts is only 15% reporting, but it's heavily leaning Democrat. It's 60% and 38% for the Republican. All right, let's get out of that and let's look at let's go back and look at the Senate again. We're still at 41 and 41, but where are we looking at? Where are we leaning at the moment? Georgia, again, Herschel Walker is up slightly by just a few thousand votes, but it's 81% reporting, so we could possibly pull this off in Georgia. North Carolina, 86% reporting. We're looking good in North Carolina, thank goodness. Bud is up 51% over Beasley's 47%. In Pennsylvania, the Democrats, again, looking good with Fetterman 51 and Oz at 47. Again, keep in mind, 56% is in at the moment. Ohio, the Republican advance is pulling ahead, 54% over the Democrats' 46%. Iowa has the Republican ahead, Grassley 52% over Franken's 48%. Missouri has Republican ahead, 59% to the Democrats' 38%. Oklahoma, done deal. Like I said earlier, Langford, the Republican, 65% over the Democrat, Horn, 31%. Kansas, done deal, 70% reporting. Republicans at 57%. That's Morgan, and the Democrat, Hollins, at 40%. South Dakota, only 28% reporting, but it's way lopsided. The Republicans at 72%, the Democrats at 25%. North Dakota, same way, 52% reporting though, but the Republicans at 55 and the Democrats at 26. Now, let's look at some of these smaller areas. Maryland is at 53% reporting. The Democrats up 61 to 39. So that looks very good for them, which we expected it would look good for them. Illinois again, Duckworth is up 58. The Democrat over the Republican at 40 with 61% reporting. So you can just about count that out or count that in the column for the Democrats. All right, let's look at Kennedy's done. Louisiana's done. Republican. Kennedy's got it. Arkansas, Boozman's done, 45% reporting, but Boozman's at 63%, the Republican to Democrats 34%. Oklahoma seats again are both Republican at the moment. Langford and Mullen are ahead of their Democrat opponents. Kansas is the same way with 71% reporting. Morgan's at 57% and Democrat Hollins at 40%. So put that in the red column. Done there. Let's go look at the House. And in the House right now, we're leaning heavy Republican, 188 to 126. We need 218 plus. And we're looking very, very good at doing that. Texas. Let's look at that in particular because let's go to governor race in Texas. Come on, why are we not reporting Texas yet? There should be something for you guys. 1 minute ago, says Governor Abbott is projected to keep his seat against O'Rourke. Well, if you're not even reporting that, why is that happening in the live blog for Texas? I don't know. 9 minutes ago, Joe Biden started making congratulation calls. So Biden is on the move, letting people know. So they're saying right now, projected winner in Iowa for the governor race is Reynolds. In Texas, the Abbott is the projected winner. In Nebraska, the Republican Pillen is the projected winner. Wyoming, the projected winner is Gordon, the Republican. South Dakota, which we already talked about, Nome is the projected winner. Oklahoma, Stitz is the projected winner. Arkansas, we know Huckabee Sanders has it. Very good. That's all locked in there. Let's go back over here to the Senate. We're still 41-41, folks, but it's closing. Texas is probably going to help us out a little bit. Why these, especially the counties on the east side of Texas, I don't know how you can report something as projected winner when you're not even showing what the results are of the counties. Maybe reset map. Let's try that. Nothing. So I don't know. It is what it is. Well, maybe I can let's look at individual states. Maybe to do it that way if I bring it up like that. Scroll down here, click on Texas. Can we get anything yet on this? And no, we can't. I don't get it. Don't understand that. Senate again, where results are Democrat and Republican are both at 41. The House is looking great right now for Republicans, 188 still to 126. And the governor are looking at Republicans 22-11 for the Democrats. And here we have some results for Texas showing up. Finally. All right. In Texas District 1, Morgan, the Republican, is up 78% over Jefferson, the Democrat, 22%. That's in District 1 with 85% reporting. Very good news. District 2, Dan Crenshaw, 66%, the Republican, over Fulford, the Democrat, 34%. District 3 is Self at 60%, the Republican, over the Democrat, 38%, with 2% for other, which is Clater. Texas District 4 is Fallon at 66%, the Republican, over the Democrats, 32%. District 5 in Texas is Gooden, 67%, over Hill, the Democrat, at 31%. So we're looking good there. District 6, there was only one person that ran in District 6, and it was a Republican, Jay Easley. District 7, looks like the Democrat is doing fairly well. Fletcher over the Republican, 65% to 35%. District 8, a Republican, Luttrell, 68%. You know who that is, folks? That's Marcus Luttrell. Google it. 68% over the Democrat, Jones, 31%. Good job, Marcus. Texas District 9, the Democrat is blowing out the Republican, 78 to 22. District 10, The Republican is ahead 63% to the Democrats' 35. District 11, Republican. District 12, the Republican is up 58% to 42. In District 13, the Republican is up 71% over the Democrats' 29. District 14, Weber, the Republican is up over Williams, the Democrat, 69 to 31. Stick a fork in it. District 15, the Republican is up 53% to the Democrats' 45%. So Texas is looking good. Although this one here, although it's not a shocker, it is a shocker considering it's Texas and considering all the crap that's come out of her mouth. That anybody in Texas would vote for this person is beyond me. But Sheila Jackson Lee, the Democrat, is up for District 18 at 72% over the Republican and other. Texas District 19, stick a fork in it, 80 to 20 for the Republicans. And we will just back out of that. We'll look at the governorship right now, and Texas is still, Abbott is 55% over B. O'Rourke at 44%. Okay, that takes care of Texas. We'll move out of that, and we need to go over and look at the governors again. Where are we at in Georgia? Very, very good news. 82% reporting, and Kemp is above Stacey Abrams 54% to 45%. Thank you, Georgia. That's very, very good news. Donna Leonard, if you're watching tonight, y'all got this. Tennessee, looking good, 72%. Republicans up 67 to the Democrats 31. Where are we at in South Dakota? Casper, 57% to 41 with 70% reporting, 71% reporting. So it's red, my friends. Let's look at Pennsylvania. No chance for the Republican to pull this off. The Democrats up 55 to 43 with 62% reporting. We go over to Iowa. Republicans up 56 to 42, looking good. Kansas, we were kind of looking at earlier, 73% reporting. And the Democrat, Kelly, is up 52% over Smith, Republican at 45%. And again, 73% reporting. So it looks like Kansas is more than likely going to, unless some miracle happens, going to turn Democrat. Nebraska's got Republicans. South Dakota's got Republicans. It's a red wave, my friends. I'm sorry. My wife just walked in. She's got on a red shirt too, and she's got her hands under her shirt and she's doing this. And she's walking across the floor. South Dakota, blowout. It's only 33% reporting, but Nome is the projected winner, the Republican, at 64% over Smith's 34%. Wyoming, looking another blowout, only 25% reporting, but the Republican Gordon is up 76% over the Democrat Livingston at 13%. Colorado, I don't know what the hell y'all did in Colorado, but good luck to your state. It's going to go to shit now, or it already was. But the Democrats up 59% over the Republican 39%. Now let's look at some things that are closed and we're moving forward in to see where we're looking. Let's Come in on New Mexico, 63% reporting, and the Democrats up 53 to 45 over the Republican. So that's leaning heavy Democrat at this moment. Arizona's the same way. Its last update was at 10:44 Eastern time, with the Democrat at 57 and the Republican at 43. We still have no results for Iowa, Nevada, California, Oregon. Where are we at in Arizona? 50% reporting the Democrats up 57 to the Republicans 43. I'm although it's not going to really matter that much, it's just kind of shocking to me that Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Kansas, good God, I know what you guys are paying for gas prices, and I know what you're paying for food, and the fact that you're voting for Democrats is astounding to me. But oh well, it's your state. You're the ones who have to live with it and pay for it. So nothing we can do there. Nothing we can do to help you. All right, let's jump back over to Senate real quick. Take a look, and we have some changes. Republicans up 43 to Democrats 41. Again, we need 51 to control. That's good. We're looking good there. Now, where are we wondering? Let's go back to Georgia. Georgia right now is in a toss-up column. Is 83% reporting, and Herschel Walker is up 50% over Warnock's 48%. So that's good, but Georgia still has some heavily Democrat areas around the major metropolitan cities, and that's not good. So as those start coming in, it's going to get a little tighter there. North Carolina, 88% reporting, with the Republican at 55, which is Bud, and the Democrat Beasley at 47. Still got some time to go, but that's looking good for us in North Carolina. Pennsylvania is tightening a little bit, 64%, but Fetterman is still up 50% to Oz's 48%. Ohio, look at Ohio. Wow. 83% reporting, and Jay Vance, the Republican, is at 54%, and Ryan, the Democrat's at 46%. Come on, Ohio, you got to pull this out. Wisconsin is a toss-up at 55% reporting. The Democrat is at 50%, and the Republican's at 50%. And the Democrat is only ahead by 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, by 6,000 votes. Arizona, we're looking at the Democrat at 58% and 40. I can't understand Arizona at all. Glad I don't live there and don't ever plan on it. All right, let's get out of the Senate and let's go look at the House again. We're still at 188 to 129. It's looking very red, but there's the entire West Coast still to come in, and that's going to be very blue. Right now, we have Kansas just 8 minutes ago is projected to turn blue in the House. Virginia's 7th district is expected to turn blue in the House. And we can't use that one because that's not very reliable. Let's go back over here to the governorship again. Right now, in the governorship, the Democrats have gained 2 seats and the Republicans have lost 2 seats. Republicans are still up 22 to the Democrats 11. Now, that being said, we have Kemp and Abrams still with Kemp looking really good at 54% to Abrams 45%, 83% reporting. So that can change in our favor heavily shortly. Pennsylvania, Democrats 55 to Republican 43 with 64%. Where are we at in Michigan? Democrats up. Whitmer still 53 over 45, but it's only 31%. I really think there's going to be something change in Michigan before the night's over with. I just can't imagine the people of Michigan voting for that woman after everything she did to you guys during COVID and the whole lockdown thing. That's the kind of leadership you were faced with, and y'all hated it. And here we are. Wisconsin, 57% reporting. The Democrats up 52 to the Republican. Mitchell's at 47. I keep going back over and looking at Pennsylvania. Democrats at 55, Republicans 47. Let's look at New Mexico. 66% reporting, the Democrats up 53 to the Republicans 45. Arizona, the Democrats up 57 to the Republicans 43. We're still waiting on Idaho. We're still waiting on Nevada. We're still waiting on Oregon, California, Alaska, Hawaii. Jump back over here and look at, let's refresh the page. How about that first? Page is refreshed. Let's look at Georgia again. 83% reporting. We're still looking at Kemp ahead at 54% over Stacey Abrams, 45. Very, very good for Georgia. Good gosh, I'm so happy for that. That's governorship. We know we've got Arkansas in the bank, Tennessee in the bank, Ohio in the bank, Alabama, South Carolina, Florida, Iowa, Nebraska, South Dakota, Wyoming, Vermont. I'm just blown away by that, but I'm happy. That's great. 72% over 22, Republican over Democrat. And in New Hampshire, 48% reporting, the Republicans at 55 and the Democrats at 45. So we're looking good there. Go back over to the Senate. Real quick, let me tell you about something that's, thankfully, it didn't happen right now, but it's going to happen in a couple of days. If y'all haven't seen this already, there is another hurricane about to hit Florida. This time it's going to hit on the East Coast instead of the West Coast and come in and go up. They're getting the whammy just like we did down here in Lake Charles, Louisiana, going back a couple of years ago with Hurricanes Laura, and 30 days later, Hurricane Delta. And now that's happening to Florida. So keep your thoughts and prayers for those folks down in Florida that hopefully this one's not going to be stronger than a Category 2. Not that that's not bad, because it is, but possibly only a Category 1. And they've been hurt really bad there. So they need our thoughts and prayers as we move forward with this. Let's go look back over to the House again real quick. We're still at 188 Republicans to 129 Democrats. Blue is starting to fill in, my friends. Mississippi District 2, 30% reporting. The Democrats up 64% over 35% for the Republican for that district. That is the only district, though, in Mississippi that looks like it's going to turn blue. In Georgia, in Alabama, it appears District 7 will be the only district that's going to turn blue, with Swell at 66% and the Republican at 32%. And let's look over here at South Carolina District 6. Looks like it's going to turn blue with Democrat 61 to Republican 39. That's 76% reporting, so just assume consider it will be. Georgia District 6, the Republican is way ahead of the Democrat 62 to 38%, 67% reporting. And you go up in the Atlanta area, which is heavy Democrat. What's to be expected for District 9? 74% reporting. Clyde, the Republican, drum roll, 74% over Ford, the Democrat, 25%. Amazing, but very good. Down in Florida, we still have a couple of counties that did turn blue. All right, believe it or not. District 20, which is heavy Latino from Cuba, is 72% Democrat over the Republican 28%. And then if you look at District 9, which is also very heavy Cuban population, Democrats at 53% over the Republican 47%. And then if we come over here to the West Coast, District 15, 82%. The Republicans up 59% to the Democrats 41%. And if I could pull in this one little area right, okay, here we go. District 14 in Florida is 81% reporting, with the Democrat at 57% and the Republican 43%. So the good news is we're taking the House. All right. You heard that from me right now. I don't see any way, shape, or form the Democrats can pull this out of their ass at this point. All right. Let's get out of that and let's go back and look at the Senate again. And things switch, as I told you they would. The Republicans are 44, Democrats are 42. So that's very good news. Where are we at in Georgia, which is something that we've got to pay close attention to? 85% reporting, and Herschel Walker and Warnock are both at 49%. So that's going to be getting closer, my friends. It's tighter. North Carolina, the Republican, there's 90% reporting, and the Republicans at 51% over the Democrats 47%.
Georgia, how many reporting?
In Georgia, we have 85%. So it's looking really good there. Would you like to say hello?
Hey, everybody. Red wave.
It's looking good, my friends. Could I talk you into a cup of coffee, please?
I don't want one. No.
Okay. Could I talk you into getting me a cup of coffee,
I'm
please?
glad to.
So we're looking good, okay? For all those that were concerned, like I was about tonight, right now I'm happy. There's going to be some states that are obviously are not going to be in our favor, and that's fine. Let's go look at Pennsylvania. We're 69% reporting, and Fetterman is at 50% right now, and Oz is at 48%. So look. There is, let me click on this and see if I can look at individual, zoom out a little bit and see what's left in the state to report. Okay, so, oh, wow, okay. In Luzerne County, the Democrat Fetterman is up 74 to Oz's 24. And in Warren County with 56, okay. In Warren County with 56% reporting, Oz is up 59% to Fetterman's 38%. So that's going to change these numbers here real soon when those close. Only 9% reporting in Delaware County, with the Dems at 83, with Fetterman and Oz at 15. If you look at the map, it's almost all solid red except for a few counties. Again, those are counties that are in metropolitan cities, and that's what you're going to get. There's no way of getting around that. Let's look at the total breakdown right now. I wish that Gerhard, or however you pronounce that, Gerhardt, had not been in this at all, had dropped out. He only got 1%, but he got 51,940 votes so far. That would be nice to see that in Oz's column, but it's not going to happen. Right now, Oz 48, Fetterman at 50. Let's scroll back up here again. Let's go look at the House. Republicans are 202. Democrats are 173. We need 218. We're 16 away. 16 away from controlling the House. Democrats are at 173. And we go back over here and look at the Senate one more time before we look at the governorship. Republicans are still at 45, Democrats at 43. We got anything changing in Arizona? Not for our favor. 51% reporting right now, with Kelly, the Democrat, at 58, and Masters, the Republican, at 40. Go back to Georgia, and it's so tight, folks. 86% reporting, and Herschel Walker and Warnock are 49 and 49. Let me do the math on that real quick. 745, and we're looking at 712. 33,000 votes separates these two right now, with 86% reporting. Let's go look into Georgia and what counties are left and what they're leaning. I think that's very important to look at. Sumter County results have nothing yet. They've got, how is that possible, Sumter County, that you have not anything reporting at the moment? We go up here to Walton County. Okay, that's good. Only 25% reporting, but Walker's up 74% to Warnock's, the Democrat, 23%. And we go over to Columbia County, and Walker is up at 68% to Warnock's 30%. That's really, really good news. So it's highly possible that Walker is going to pull this out. It's going to be close. It's going to be coming down to the wire, but it's looking good right now. All right, let's go look at our governorship. Thank you, dear, for the coffee. That was strong. What the hell does you think I'm going to be up till 2 a.m? Where are we at? Let's go look at Georgia. It's so important in Georgia. 86% reporting, and Kemp is at 54 to Abrams 45. Georgia, thank you, thank you, thank you. I got a text message earlier from my very dear friends in Georgia. They were very concerned about the first polls that were coming in. And I said, just hold on. We got a long way to go. I really believe we're going to get there and we're going to pull this off. And it appears that we're going to. So that's very, very good. Let's go look at Kansas. 79% reporting. It's not looking good. Democrats are up 51%. The Democrat is over the Republican at 46. New Mexico, 69%. The Democrats up 53 to 46%. This is for governor. Arizona, 51% reporting. The Democrats up 57 to the Republicans 43. Idaho results. Okay. This is great. Idaho results. 0% reporting. Little, the governor, Republican, is projected to be the winner over the Democrat. Percentage 0-0. There are some things that are just, you can't make this shit up if you tried, folks. I don't know who runs these elections, who updates all this shit, but it's crazy. Wyoming. Now, see, I can see this as being Republican, all right? Only 38% reporting, but the Republican Governor Gordon is up 76% over Livingston, the Democrat, at 14%. So how do Idaho have nobody reporting yet and claiming victory for the Republican? Don't know. South Dakota, only 47%, but the Republican Governor Nome is looking great at 63 over the Democrat Challenger Smith at 34%. Nebraska, 50% reporting. Pillen is at 55%, and Blood is at 41%. Looking good there. Iowa, 79% reporting. Reynolds, the governor, is looking great at 57% for the Republican, and Democrat 40%. Ohio, okay. Ohio, you're pulling this off. This is great. 87% reporting. The Republican governor, 63%. Democrat, 37%. I'm going to jump back over here to Pennsylvania, 76% or 72% reporting, and the Democrat is up 55% to the Republicans 44%. And Massachusetts is heavily leaning Democrat 61 to 37 with 23% reporting. Has there been any changes in Vermont? Only 16% reporting, but Scott, the Republican, is up 72 to the Democrats 22. And in New Hampshire, the Democrat is up 55% to the Democrats 44%. So that's looking really, really good there. Connecticut, 7% is in. Lamont, the Democrat governor, is at 57% to the Republican challenger at 42%. Maine's at 44%. Reporting with the Democrat at 57 and the Republican at 41. Let's refresh that and look at Georgia again. And as of right now, the projected winner in Georgia is Governor Kemp over Stacey Abrams, the racist, bigot, lying piece of crap that should have never got as far as she did, as far as I'm concerned. And I think I speak on behalf of all American patriots, especially those that have paid any attention to the absolute bullshit that come out of that woman's mouth over the past several years, and especially leading up to this election. It's insane. So to be this far ahead is a good thing. There's no challenging to that. So pack your shit, Stacey Abrams, and go work for Target or something or wherever. Nothing against anybody who works for Target, but the point is she doesn't need to be running for any kind of office. South Carolina, 77% reporting right now, and McMaster's is at 57%, the Republican, to Cunningham, the Democrat, at 41. Thank you, South Carolina, for stepping up. Where are we at in North Carolina? Nothing. Virginia, nothing. West Virginia, how are we not reporting this yet? I don't understand some things. Some things just don't make sense. Let's refresh that. Maybe that'll change it. No, it won't. Let's click on the individual state, see if we can bring up anything to show us. And absolutely nothing. In 5 more minutes, we're going to have polls closing in 4 more states. 9 minutes ago, Vance was projected winner in Ohio for the Senate. And 8 minutes ago, Sharpero projected to win Pennsylvania's governor race. As we said a while ago, Kemp is the projected winner in Georgia. Idaho, Little is the projected winner, Republican. Looking good. Iowa, same way, Republican. Texas, Republican. Nebraska, Republican. Wyoming, Republican. South Dakota, Oklahoma, Republican. Arkansas, Republican. Very good. South Carolina, Republican. Tennessee, New Hampshire, Alabama, Florida, all Republican. Ohio, Republican. This is the best night for Republicans in a long ass time, and very well needed. Let me go out on a limb here and say something once again. For those of you that watch this show on a regular basis, look, I understand how some of y'all get so wrapped up in Republican that you don't pay attention to what's happening on the outside of that bubble. All right. Just because somebody is a Republican in Congress or the Senate or the presidency for that matter, doesn't mean they're the type conservative Republican that we need in that position. There are a lot of times, and this goes in both ways, all right, Democrats as well, where we elect someone that we think is going to do right by us because we want to have that, you know, those things that we believe they can produce, and then they get into office and they shit on us, all right? That's happened more times than I can count. Democrat Party and the Republican Party. For those of you that are new to me or new to watching this show, I was born and raised a staunch Democrat here in the South Louisiana. Everybody in Louisiana back then were Democrats. I'm 60 years old, all right? And in 1985, when I went into the Army and realized, really, truly got to see the difference in the parties in election time and paying closer attention to what was happening. And I switched parties because I realized that what I was led to believe in the Democrat Party all along turned out to be fake, and that they were the party of racism. And I've got no place in my heart or my life for racist, period. End of discussion with that. There's no place for that when it comes to me and my family. That being said, just because I switch parties doesn't mean I'm not going to hold these people accountable for their actions, just like I do Democrats. You know, sadly, when I start talking about Democrats doing something wrong, okay, then I get trashed as I'm this racist bigot. But then if I say it to Republicans, I get trashed as, well, I'm not really a conservative because I'm trashing a Republican. No. Forget that, folks. Here's a prime example. A couple of years ago, here in my area, my wife and I were very into the Republican Party for this area. And our mayor, who's a Republican, started doing some pretty stupid shit. All right. And I called him out on it because it wasn't right. It wasn't right by the people, and he was definitely doing things that were not good for the elderly and the disabled and the low income. All right. And because I called him out, that Republican base came after me and said, we do not call out our own. What are you doing? And I said, well, there is the problem. If you refuse to call out a bad apple, then guess what? You're just as bad. It's no different in law enforcement. Okay. Not every law enforcement officer is a bad person like they try and the left tries to paint. All right. Are there a few bad apples in the law enforcement branches? Of course there are. That's in every division of every organization, of every company in America. You're going to find that. Okay. And you got to weed that out. And you got to get rid of the bad cop or the bad firefighter or the bad worker at Walmart. And the same thing goes for members of Congress. If you have somebody in these positions that is doing stupid shit that's bad for the people, then you've got to call it out. And I'm one of the very few that do that. I don't, be honest with you, I don't know of too many other people that do what I do and put on a show like this on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or at any time for that matter, that are willing to call out Republicans just like I do Democrats when they do something wrong. Yes, I'm a Republican. Yes, I'm a conservative. Yes, when it comes to voting, I pay attention to what matters to me and my family and those around me. And thankfully, this election right now is showing that so does most Americans by this red wave we're seeing tonight.
Especially the Douglas Sr people.
My wife said, especially the Douglas Ducote Show people. That is correct. I cannot thank you guys and girls enough for the support that you've shown us, not just for me, but my family and my special needs son, and even my fur babies that you guys have come to know and enjoy. So anyhow, bottom line is, if you're doing something wrong, you need to be held accountable for it, regardless if you're a Republican or a Democrat. And too many times, and I'm sure those of you that are around my age have seen this and you know it firsthand, too many times we've had Republicans, just like we've had Democrats, get elected by saying they're going to do X, Y, and Z, and they get in there and they turn their backs on you. I'm not going to stand for that. I'm going to call that shit out. Right now, the Republicans are on record saying, if you give us back the House, we promise you, we will go after those that are destroying this country, which is the leadership of the FBI and the leadership of the Department of Justice, and that they will go after Hunter Biden, and they will go after what Joe Biden has done that's treasonous. And they will go after all those that we've watched the DOJ and the FBI give a pass based on the fact that they have a D after their name, and go after those with an R. So that is my priority, is making sure that they do just that. Too many times we've sat back and we've watched Republicans get slammed for, yes, some committed crimes, but minute shit compared to what we watch Democrats get away with. And that's not right. Lady Justice wears a blindfold for a reason. We all need to be treated equally in our justice system, and that's not happening. Now, the Democrats pulled out of their playbook hoping they're going to win at midterms by, what did they do, folks? Think about this. They started, well, let's see. If you were convicted federally of a marijuana crime, you're a free person, in hopes they're going to get people that they let out to elect them and keep them in office. Same thing with our border. Why do you think the border is like it is right now, this huge freaking mess? Because Democrats see that as a way to get more voters. Look, Democrats were in charge when you got to come to America, so you need to vote for us, whether we make you a citizen or not, because they do illegal shit all the time. And that's another story, another time. But the point is, I'm going to be holding these people accountable. I'm going to be bringing them on my show like I've been doing in the past. And I'm going to be talking to them and seeing where they stand and asking them the tough questions, as you've seen me do in the past with people. And accountability is what it's all about. So that's my take on it, and that's where I stand on it. Republican, conservative, conservative, Republican. Yes, that's what Douglas Ducote is. But I'll be damned if I'm going to sit back and keep my mouth shut when a Republican starts leaning and doing Democrat shit and liberal type shit. And we, the conservative Republicans, are the ones that's taking that shit. I'm not going to do that. And I don't expect you to either. So that kind of sets me apart from a lot of this. All right, let's go look at the Senate again, see what we got on results. Let's update this page. 51 needed for control. Right now, we have 46 Republican and 45 Democrat. Wow, this is coming down to the wire, my friends. Let's look at Georgia. 88% reporting. And Herschel Walker is at 49 and Warnock is at 49. But the Republican Walker seems to have about 10,000 votes ahead at the moment. So that's good. We go over to Pennsylvania. It's closing. All right, 75%. And Fetterman is at 49 and Oz is at 48 now. And it looks like 40,000 difference. So that's good. It's looking better. Wisconsin, 69% reporting right now. The Republican Johnson's up 51% to the Democrat Barnes at 49%. Looking good for Republicans again. Let's see if Arizona's doing anything different. No, they're not. 51% reporting. The Democrats at 58. Masters is at 40. We have results coming in from Washington State. That shithole. We're looking at the Democrat at 59% and the Republican at 41%, to be expected. Oregon, Democrat 57% to the Republicans 40%. California, well, we expected that. That's going to be a blowout. Democrat 60% to the Republicans 40%. Let's go look at Utah. 21% reporting. And in Utah, the Republican is at 59% and the Democrat, actually it's other. So an independent, I guess, is at 38%. Idaho, only 11% reporting. Okay, so I see things like this and I go, it's hard to, not only do you not understand it, but it's hard to comprehend why they're doing this. And this is what makes people think this shit's rigged. Idaho, 11% reporting. They're calling it for the Republican. All right. But the Republican's at 46% right now with only 29,892 votes. And the Democrat is at 47% with 30,069. maybe there's just, I don't know. I don't know how you freaking come to that conclusion. But that's what they're doing. North Dakota, done deal. Republican, 56% over 26. South Dakota, done deal. 54% reporting, 71 for the Republican, 25 for the Democrat. Let's go look over here at Wisconsin again. 69% reporting. The Republicans at 51%, the Democrats at 49%. We got anything movement in Pennsylvania? 75% reporting, a little bit. Fetterman's still at 49%. Republican Oz is at 48. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4,432 votes difference. Where are we at in Georgia? It's tight. Still 88%. Both got 49%, but Walker is ahead. And let's leave the Senate and go look at the House. We need 218 to control the House. We're at 203. Democrats are at 174. And if we go down and we look at the individual areas in Georgia, for instance, District 2 in Georgia is 82%. The Democrats 55%. And the Republicans at 45%. But the rest of the county is all red. And we don't want to look at that. We want to look at Mississippi. Mississippi is in District 2 is Democrat 64% over the Republican 36%. But the other counties are all leaning Republican. District 4 is Republicans at 73%, the Democrats at 25%. District 3, the Republicans at 74, the Democrats at 26. So those are great numbers. Now, we've got some other things coming in over here that's going to be kind of shocking. All right. Oregon. Are you ready for this? District 2 in Oregon, only 23% reporting, but the Republican is up 63% over the Democrat 37%. Maybe, just maybe, you guys got enough of Antifa. Maybe, possibly, I hope so. Washington State, the Republican is up. In District 5, 58% to 42. District 4, the Republican is up 67 to 31. What's up, Washington State? You got tired of Antifa? Finally? Okay. California, District 1, only 4% reporting. This is going to change drastically, trust me. The Republican is up 63% to the Democrats 37%. Coming on down a little bit. District 3 is at 27% in California, and it's 50-50. Many of these areas are actually leaning, damn, this is amazing, are actually leaning Republican right now. District 5 in California is at 21% reporting, with the Republican at 57 and the Dem at 43. District 20 in California, McCarthy's at 62% over Wood, the Democrat at 38. Look, things change, all right? One of the best things that changes is that people realize that these Democrats are killing everything. They're killing our economy. They're killing our law enforcement officers. They're destroying our country on the border. Speaking of the border in California, let's look at a border county, shall we? California District 48 that borders Mexico. Ready for this? 37% in, Republican 58%, Democrat 42%. I wonder why. Arizona, all right, District 9, 36% reporting, and the Republican is up 100%. Oh, because they're the only person, and there was a write-in, and nobody wrote in. I was going to say, wait a minute, how the hell did he get 100%? All right, that explains it. Where are we at here? In Arizona District 9, same thing. So that person, oh, okay, so that's District 9. The whole thing is District 9. All right, Utah. Utah's looking good for District 2. The Republicans up 70% to the Democrats 23, with 41% reporting. Same thing, District 1. Let's look at Wyoming in District 1, 47% reporting. Good. The Republican is up 72% over the Democrats 20%. These are looking good, folks. These are looking really, really good. Let's go back and take a look at the governors and where are we at. The Democrats have gained 2 seats and the Republicans have lost 2 seats. Republicans are at 24, Democrats are at 16. But that is changing. It's a possibility in Arizona, but I don't think so. Hobbs, the Democrat over Lake, because we're right now at 51% reporting and 57% for the Democrat and 43% for the Republican. New Mexico, 75% reporting. The Democrats up 53-45. Nevada has not come in yet. Oregon is tied. Oregon is tied with 55% in. Democrat and Republican, 45% each. Minnesota, 50% reporting. The Democrat is up 56-41. Kansas, the Democrat is up 50-47 with 83%. That's going to be very tight. 86% reporting in Iowa, with the Republican at 59 and the Democrat at 39. Stick a fork in it. We got that. Ohio, 89% reporting. Republican 63, Democrat 37. Tennessee, done. 87% reporting. Republican 66, Democrat 32. Same thing with South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama. We already talked about Florida, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Texas, Vermont. I never thought in my wildest imaginations I would say this, and this could change because it's only 16% reporting. But right now, with 16% reporting, the Republican, Scott, is up 72% over the Democrat 22. And in New Hampshire, 60% reporting, Republican is at 56% and the Democrats at 43%. Some things that make you go, wow, just absolutely amazing. Go back and check out the House again. We need 218. We're still at 204. What do we have here? We have a projected winner in Ohio for District 1 as Democrat. District 13 in Ohio for Democrat. Kansas District 3 for Democrat. Virginia District 7 for Democrat. Georgia's District 2 for Democrat. Ohio District 9 for Democrat. Virginia District 2 for Republican. So we're there, okay? We're doing really, really well in a lot of these areas that we needed. North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Wyoming, Kansas, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas. I'm very, very happy with what I'm seeing there. That's very, very good. Jump over to the Senate real quick. And we are tied once again, 46 and 46. Now, that being said, where do we stand? Let's look at Georgia again. And right now, Walker is still ahead, not by much. Let's actually do the math here and see exactly what we have. Nope, that's not how you do math, Doug. This is how you do math. 778, 598, and 763, 622. Okay, so Herschel Walker has a almost 15,000 lead right now over Warnock, 14,976. This is why every vote counts right there. That's a prime example of this. It's 88% reporting, and that's close, friends. It's too close for comfort as far as I'm concerned. Jump over to Arizona. Arizona, I don't know what the hell you're doing. 51% reporting, and Kelly, the Democrats, up 58%. The Masters, Republican, at 40%. Utah, 35% reporting, and looks like it's going to be a blowout in Utah. Republican at 60, McMullen at 36. We have no results yet for Nevada. Idaho, we have some numbers finally. 12% reporting. The Republicans at 48% and the Democrats at 45%. So that's looking like it could be red. It's over in North Dakota, folks. 99%. Republicans up 63% over 21% for the other write-in. South Dakota, same way. 58% reporting only, but 71% is for the Republican and 25% for the Democrat. Go down to Kansas. Same kind of thing. 83% reporting, 59% for Morgan, the Republican, and the Democrats only got 38%. Oklahoma, Republican 64%, Democrat 32%. Missouri, Republican 56%, Democrat 42% with 80% reporting. We throw in the middle of that Illinois, and here we are at 91% with Duckworth, the Democrat, with 56% over the Republican at 42%. Indiana, 82% reporting, and Republican is at 59%, Democrats 38%. Looks great for us in Indiana. Ohio looks great, 90% reporting. Republican is at 53%, Democrats at 46%. Kentucky, blowout, 92%, Republican 61%, Democrat 39%. North Carolina, you're coming through. Thank you. 93% reporting, and the Republicans up 51% to the Democrats 47%. South Carolina, 83% reporting, Republicans at 63%, the Democrats at 38%. Alabama, 72% reporting, the Republicans at 67%, the Dems at 30%. These are looking really, really good. So we got a long way to go with Arizona, only 51% reporting. Utah only 36% reporting, although Utah is not looking good with 30% or 36% in, and the Republicans. Oh, wait a minute, that changed. Hold on. This just updated in Utah. 36% reporting, and the Republicans at 60% and the Democrats at 36%. That's a huge change. Maybe we can get Arizona to do the same damn thing. Go over here to Wisconsin, 74% reporting, and the Republican is up 51% to the Democrats 49%. So, look, I don't know what you want to call a red wave or what you want to call a blue wave. I can tell you this much. It's looking good right now for the Republicans as far as the Senate's concerned. But when we go over here and we look at the House, it's outstanding. We're currently at 204 still and 178. Lots of stuff still to come in. We're waiting on a lot of different places. A lot of areas still need to be filled in. You go up here to Montana, for instance, District 2, 16% reporting. Republicans at 47%, the Democrats at 30%. Idaho District 2, the Republicans at 50%, the Democrats at 50%. The Republicans only up about 200 points or 200 votes. I'm sorry. Idaho District 1, the Republican is blowing out, and it looks like 59-39. Look back at California again. District 48 again on the border. Republican 58, Democrat 42. Arizona District 9. Again, we knew that was going to happen. We've got it for the Republican. But California is looking good. District 1, Republican 55, Democrat 45, 33%. District 5, Republican 57, Democrat 43. Of course, there's only 37% in right now. District 20, 20% in, 61 for the Republican, 39 for the Democrat. That's good numbers, folks. Look at this. Oregon's District 2, 70% reporting, and the Republican is up 62% over the Democrats' 37%. Look, what's happening in California right now, what's happening in Oregon, what's happening in Washington State is a prime example of what happens when somebody of any party sides with a bunch of radical freaking nut jobs like Antifa. There it is, folks. That's what happens. You lose. Washington State District 5, Republican is up 59% over the Democrats' 41%, with 58% reporting. Washington District 4, we're talking Washington State. The Republicans up 67% over the Democrats' 31%, with 50% reporting. That's freaking outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. All right, let's go look at Minnesota District 8. Here we go. Minnesota's starting to pull some shit out of their ass. This is good. Republicans up 61 to the Democrats 39. Only 35% reporting, but it's going. Minnesota District 7 is at 47% in. Republicans up 65 to the Democrats 30. Yes. Where are we at here? North Dakota District 1. Republicans at 62% over the other is at 38% with 70 reporting. Done deal for the Republicans. District 1, same thing, 79 with 21. Republican over Democrat. Nebraska District 3 is at 78% over the Democrats, 17% with 63. Stick a fork in it. It's done. Colorado starting to pull some stuff out of their butt finally. 77% reporting. The Republicans up 60% with the Democrat at 38%. Very, 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 very good. Kansas, 81% reporting. The Republicans up 67% to the Democrats 33%. Very good news. Utah, District 3, 29% reporting, but the Republicans up 74% over the Democrats 20%. We go up to Utah District 1, the Republicans up 69% over the Democrats 31%. Utah District 2, Republicans up 61 to Democrats 33. Arizona, District 9. We already know about that. That's the same guy. It's not changing anytime soon. All right, where are we at here in New Mexico? In District 2 in New Mexico, Democrats are 53%, Republican 47% with 81. So we just about can write that off. Arizona District 2, 51 and 49. That was New Mexico District 2, 81% with the 53-47 for the Dems. Colorado District 7 is Democrat 58-40, but District 4 is 60 Republican, 60% Democrats, 38% with 77% reporting. So that's looking good. Kentucky District 5, done. Stick a fork in it, Republican. District 1, West Virginia, done, Republican. Virginia District 6, done, Republican. District 5, Virginia, done, Republican. This is freaking outstanding. Just outstanding. West Virginia District 2, Republican. Let's go look on the East Coast. North Carolina District 3, Republican, 67-33. District 7, North Carolina, Republican. South Carolina District 7, Republican. Very, very, very good. Now, let's go back and look at the governor's race again. And 88% is reported. Republican is at 54. That's Kemp, the governor, against Stacey Abrams. The racist bigot is a Democrat at 45%. Georgia, y'all pull this out, and this is so freaking outstanding. Alabama, 75% in. Republicans, 67% over the Democrat, 29%. Jump back up here to Arkansas. We already know that's pretty much a done deal. Sir Huckabee Sanders, the Republican, beats out Jones 62% to 36%. Thank you, Arkansas. Oklahoma, 92% reporting. The Republican has got it 55% over the Democrat 42%. We already talked about Texas. Governor Abbott is reelected, 56% over the Democrats 43 with 76% reporting. Let's look at Ohio. Thank you, Ohio. 63% for the Republican, 37% for the Democrat. Go down to Tennessee. Republican 65%, Democrat 32%. This is great. I don't want to rub it in. Just want to do my job and report it as it's coming across. And the wave has arrived. All right. Let's go look at the Senate again. We're still at 46-46. Long way to go with the Senate. That being said, what's very important for us right now in Georgia is Walker and Warnock. And right now, with 89% reporting, the Republican Herschel Walker is at 49%. Warnock, the Democrats, at 49%. But Walker is still up by 1,000 votes. South Carolina, the Republican is up 62% over the Democrats, 38. North Carolina, Republicans up 51%, the Democrats 47. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Now, Arizona and Utah, as far as the Senate's concerned, although right now with 53% reporting, the Republican is up 53 to 43. With 53% reporting, I'd like to say that that's going to be red, but that's 100,000 votes. It's 100,000 vote difference right now. So I feel pretty confident Utah is going to turn red. Nevada, we still have no results in. Let's see where we're at in Colorado. The dope smokers are 70% reporting. Democrats at 56%, Republicans at 42%. Look, the Republican wasn't going to take away your pot. All right. So I don't know. Whatever. If you guys like paying out your ass for gas and food and everything else you're paying for, so be it. It's on you. Where else are we looking at? Let's go up to, I want to go back to the House again. Where are we at here? Let's look at minus 206. Folks, we are 12 votes away from controlling the House. 12 elections, 12 people. We're 206, 180. And although we do have some blue areas that are really tight still in Georgia, a few in Mississippi, we have some in Alabama, although they're changing drastically. Alabama District 3 results at 78% right now reporting, and the Republicans at 71 to the Democrats 25. Where do you think that's going? We still have nothing there. We have nothing there. What do we have up here? Idaho, District 1's 11% reporting, and the Republicans at 63%, the Democrats at 35%. Montana, what are we doing, Montana? The Democrats at 61%, the Republicans at 36%. That's for District 1. In District 2 in Montana, it's just the opposite, which is kind of crazy. 49% for the Republican, 28%. Things that make you go, what the hell? North Dakota, District 1 right now, the Republicans up 62 to the Democrat 38. Minnesota District 7 is looking good, 49% reporting, with the Republican at 65, the Democrats at 30. We're looking very, very good. Jump back over to the Senate again. And what a pretty map. We just need Georgia to finish up this and put a nail in this coffin. We're at Walker, Republican 49, and Warnock at 49, but it's let's see exactly where we're at. 804. Nope, that ain't it. 804 and 774-479. So Herschel Walker is up by 29,541 votes. Again, I go back to what I've been saying all along. Every vote counts. The more of whichever party shows up at the polls in overwhelming numbers, the better the chances of winning and the better the chances that nobody can cheat. So if you were concerned about the outcomes of this election and cheating, let me help you put your mind at rest. We're doing really, really well right now. Let's jump back over here to the House again. God, I want this to finish up so bad. We're still at 206 and 180. We have a lot of districts down on the border in Texas, for whatever reason, are looking Democrat. I know why it is. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, the districts this is what the Democrats want. This is when I tell you the Democrats won't open borders because they need the votes. They want these people to come in and vote for them and then become an American citizen. Hey, Democrats let us cross the border. Okay, here's a prime example. These border districts are all going Democrat. In Texas, in New Mexico, in Arizona. Only Arizona District 9, which borders California, and it's only because there was only one person that went on the ballot, is going to be Republican. But then you go look at California, and District 25 in California, 29% reporting, the Democrats at 62% and the Republicans at 38%. But you go over one more district, and it's a blowout, 58-42 for the Republican. So it's so difficult to follow this and understand what's happening. California District 20, Republicans up 61-39. California District 5, the Republicans up 57-43. California District 1, the Republicans up 55-45. Going up to Oregon, the Republicans up 62-37. Going up to Washington State, the Republicans up 67 to the Democrats 31. Washington State, that was in District 4. In District 5, the Republicans up 59 to the Democrats 41. So this is why it's so important that you get out and vote. This is why it's so important that you get your family out to vote, that you get your friends out to vote, that you go vote, period. You vote. That's what this is about. People died and were injured and lives ruined for you to have this day. And it's here. And thankfully, we have people getting off their ass and doing what we've asked them to do for years and years and years, way before you and I were ever even on this earth. And it's showing up right now. If we could have just done this same thing at the last presidential election, guess what? Joe Biden wouldn't be the president. But that's not what happened. Yes, no matter what you want to think about cheating or rigging and all that kind of stuff, we didn't overwhelm them at the polls like we're doing tonight. And I hope this lesson sticks for the 2024 presidential election, because this is a prime example of how it should be done if you want to take back your country from these evil freaking bastards that are trying to take away your constitutional rights. Let me refresh this on the House. We still have some spots in Florida that are not in yet. They're probably going to be Democrat anyhow, like District 20 down in Florida. That's all people from Cuba. Same thing with District 9 in Florida. We go over to District 14 in Florida. Same thing. But we still have the rest of Florida is red, friends. Florida District 2, 60% over 40%, 90% reporting. Just about all of Louisiana, with the exception of District 2, 77 to 23. And you know who that is? That's New Orleans. And these people haven't figured it out yet that Democrats have destroyed the city. They've destroyed everything down there. It is a shithole of a place. It used to be a place that I loved. It was a place that I was pretty much born and raised down there. I was down there all the time growing up as a kid, especially in my teen years on Bourbon Street. But now it's dangerous as all hell. Same thing with Baton Rouge. It's horrible what the Democrats have done to those locations, Baton Rouge and New Orleans, or just hell. Let's just not talk about them. Let's look at all metropolitan cities across America. You pick any metropolitan city in America, and that's where you're going to find all the black on black crime. So we're going to find all the drugs. So we're going to find the MS-13 gang members. So we're going to find all the shootings and the killings and the rapings and the murders. They're all Democrat mayors. And why these people in these areas can't wrap their head around this and understand what's happening when you vote for these bastards is beyond me. And I used to be a Democrat, born and raised a staunch Democrat. And I woke up and realized that they're a bunch of racist bigots, and we don't need that in this society. We've got to do away with that. We've got to move away from these racist bigot Democrats, period. And until you fucking wake up and look at what these people are doing to destroy, if anybody in New Orleans lives down there thinks that's a great place to live, when you can't walk on the street at night without worrying about somebody putting a bullet in your fucking head, if you think that's a good way to live, then you vote for them. And that's what they did. So, you know what? Your city's going to shit, and so will you, because you're too stupid to realize what's actually happening around you. You're in your own little bubble, and that's fine. So be it. All right, let's go look at, I'm going to go back up here. I got to keep going back to the governor's race in Florida. I can't help myself. And where are we at? We're 90% reporting right now. This is beautiful, my friends. Kemp is 54% to Stacey Abrams 45%. You see what happens, Stacey Abrams, when you attack brave men and women of our military, our veterans, our law enforcement officers, our first responders, Angel families, Blue and Gold Star families. This is what happens. People of Georgia turn out and say, we do not want you to be a part of this society. So pack your shit and go somewhere else because you don't belong there. South Carolina, 87% in, Republican, 58-41. Just looking outstanding. We already talked about Texas, turned Republican or stayed Republican. Idaho, Republican. Wyoming, Republican. South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, Florida, Tennessee, Ohio, and surprisingly, Vermont and New Hampshire. Wow. Where are we at with this? Okay, so this is still, although it's heavy red right now, Vermont, the Republicans up 72% to the Democrats 22%. but there's only 16% of reporting in right now. But that would, some drastic shit would have to change to turn that blue. I can't even believe I'm looking at it red. New Hampshire, 66% reporting, and the Republicans at 56, the Democrats at 42. I'm going to say stick a fork in it. New Hampshire is Republican. Go to Ohio, 90% reporting. And my wife just brought me food. Oh, wow. I could smell it. I just didn't know what the hell she was cooking.
Pizza.
Yes. Look at that. I have pizza. It's a good day. Let's look over here at, I want to go back to the Senate again. We need some movement there. We're not getting the movement I want, but that's okay. We're still 46 and 46, and we still have Georgia. It's heavily leaning towards Republican. Up in Pennsylvania, we're still very close with Fetterman and Oz. We have Fetterman still at 49%. Oz is at 48% with 84% reporting. That may go well into the night. Wisconsin, 79% reporting with the Republican at 51 and the Democrat at 48. So that's looking okay. I'm going to just much write off Arizona. The Democrats at 58, Republicans at 40 with 52% reporting. Utah is 53% reporting with the Republican at 54 and 43. So that's good. And as far as the Senate's concerned, we don't have any results yet from Nevada. Idaho, 24% reporting, but the Republicans at 53%, the Democrats at 38. North Dakota is pretty much finished, 99% reporting, Republicans at 56%, and the Democrats at 25. Stick a fork in it. North Dakota is red. South Dakota, same thing, 65% reporting, but the Republicans at 71, the Democrats at 25. Kansas, 85% reporting, the Republicans at 60%, the Democrats at 37. Let's look at Indiana. Looking beautiful. 82% reporting, the Republicans at 59, Democrats at 38. Ohio, beautiful. 90% reporting, Republicans at 53, Democrats at 46. Let's see what that was. One of my mods just checked in and said, eat. Let them see you're not a cyborg. I can't help myself. This is very good. I'm going to take a bite of my pizza now. Yep. Very good. Well, she did a good job. Wow. Very good pizza. All right, continuing on. I want to stay looking at the Senate, but it's not. We're not going to really have results right away that soon. But going over to the House, we're looking at 206, 184. We need 218, and it's going to be tight in a lot of places, especially New Mexico. I think that we might pull this out of Nevada. We're doing good in Montana in both districts. In Idaho, we're doing really good in the beginning of this. Let's jump all the way across over to Maine. This is unique. 50% reporting, the Democrats at 49%, the Republicans at 43%. That would have to change quickly. Don't know that it will. North Carolina District 1 results. Democrat 52 and the Republicans at 48. 96% reporting. I just don't understand sometimes. Iowa District 1, Republicans at 53%, the Democrats at 47 with 87% reporting. Minnesota District 1, the Republicans at 56%, the Democrats at 40%. So a lot of these are going to drag out through the night, but it's looking good. Going back over here, Montana, District 2, 22% reporting. The Republicans up 51% to 27. District 1, the Democrats up 56 to 41. It just shit changes back and forth. Really, I'm looking forward to seeing Nevada's come in. That's going to be Nevada and Alaska. I want to see how bad y'all screw yourselves, or not. I hope you don't. But what I've seen in the past with the elector up there, it's really strange. Yep. She makes a mean pizza. In fact, let me rephrase that. Everything she makes is great. My wife is a very, very good cook. And she loves to cook. That's the thing she's more happy in the kitchen making food for her family than doing anything else. I mean, that's where she likes to be, making food and making her family happy. So I love it. All right. Want to jump back over here to governor again. Got to come back down here to Georgia. It's so pretty. 91%, Republican 54. Stacey Abrams, the Democrat, 46. South Carolina, 88%. Reporting, Republican 58, Democrat 41. That's just beautiful. So, governor-wise, think about this. We got Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, South Carolina, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Nebraska, Iowa, South Dakota, Wyoming, Idaho, Ohio, Vermont, and New Hampshire. Democrats get Maine. Democrats get New York. Democrats are going to get Pennsylvania. They're going to get Minnesota, Colorado, New Mexico, California, obviously. Newsom, once again. Who in the hell in California voted for Newsom? I mean, why would you do that when you're paying $10 a gallon for gas and he's destroying this once beautiful state? I mean, literally destroying it. The only thing that's nice about that state, with the exception that I have a bunch of friends still over there, and a few family members. The only thing nice about it is the weather. And he can't control that, but he controls the rest of the shit, and it's horrible. And y'all vote that son of a bitch back in office. Okay, whatever you want to do. Oregon's at 62% reporting right now, with the Democrat at 46 and the Republican at 44. Let's see who just texted. Oh, that's my brother, Dan Govich. Says, I can't believe Fetterman is winning. I can't either, brother. I'm just blown away by it. Trust me. And all right, we're going to leave that. Excuse me. We're going to go back to the House. Come on. We just need the rest of these places to close. Be done with this. You've had enough time to count these votes. Why aren't we reporting them? Especially when you're on the East Coast. Just doesn't add up. New York District 19.
You want another piece of pizza?
I haven't finished these two pieces of pizza, but thank you. New York District 19, 99% reporting. Republicans at 51%, Democrats at 49%. So we're going to pull off District 19 in New York. Thank God. What else? Who gives a shit about that? In Iowa District 2, 75% reporting. Republicans at 57%. The Democrats at 43%. Jump down to District 3. The Republicans and Democrat are both tied up at 50-50. Go over a state to Nebraska, 76% reporting. The Republicans up 56 to the Democrats 44. You know, it is what it is. I feel comfortable that we're pulling off this House race. I feel comfortable that we're going to come very close, if not control of the House. And that might come down to Georgia, to be honest with you. It might come down to Pennsylvania. We're 86% right now reporting, and Fetterman is at 49 and Oz is at 48, but we're only talking 1,000 vote difference. Wisconsin, 80% reporting now. Republicans at 52 and the Democrats at 48. We go over to Utah. Republicans at 54%. Others at 42%.
Well, my cousin's a judge now. Just won in New York.
And my wife's cousin just won his election as a judge in New York. So congratulations to you. Arizona, stick a fork in it. It's done as far as that's concerned with the Senate. Going to the Democrats. All right. Time for another bite of pizza. Yep. I married up. Jump back over here to the house. Good gosh, it's so close to these other ones finally finishing up. I just wish they would hurry up and be done with it. Iowa, District 3 is 50-50 right now. Democrat and Republican. District 2, Republicans up 57 to 43% with 75% reporting. So that's going to change us right there. That's going to break 208. District 3 in Wisconsin. Right now, we're 84% reporting. The Republicans at 53, the Democrats at 47. That can help us change. Montana District 2 is only 24% reporting, but the Republicans up 53 to 25. That's going to help us. Montana District 1 is not looking good. That's looking Democrat. Okay, Arizona District 2 now, 49% reporting, Republicans at 51, Democrats at 49. Come on, District 2. Got to pull this off. And we still have in Texas, what do we have here? We have Texas District 15, 84% reporting, Republican 54% to the Democrats 44. That's going to give us another one right there. And then, let's see, that was District 27 in Texas, Republican 65-35. We could very well turn this into a great night from a good night. And it's looking that way more and more. Go back over to the Senate. All right, let me do the math on this real quick. Show you where we're at with Georgia. 834,014 and 819,564. And with 92% reporting, Herschel Walker is 14,450 votes ahead of Warnock. We can't go down any more than that. We have to keep it at that. It has to stay at that. Wisconsin, Johnson, the Republicans up 52% to Barnes, the Democrat 48. We have a little bit of closure with in Pennsylvania at 87% reporting. Fetterman is still up by oh good gosh, he's up by 39,000 votes. That's not good for Pennsylvania. Utah, on the other hand, is 54% reporting, and the Republicans at 54, the others at 42. Dropping back down to Arizona, 54% reporting, or 52% reporting. The Democrats at 58, Republicans at 40. So we still don't have anything coming in from Alaska. Jump back over to the House again. Still at 207 and 184. We go look at the governorship. And projected winner of Georgia is Kemp. Projected winner of South Carolina is Republican. We already know Florida. We already know Arkansas. We already know Oklahoma. We already know Texas. Idaho, Republican. Wyoming, Republican. South Dakota, Republican. Nebraska, Republican. Iowa, Republican. Ohio, Republican. Iowa, Republican. And Vermont. Okay, there's only 16% reporting in Vermont right now. Why, I don't know, because your polls closed hours ago. In fact, you were the first polls to close. And fucking California's got 4 hours behind you, and they've already got their shit taken care of. But 16% reporting in this little bitty state of Vermont, and the Republican is up 72% over the Democrat 22. New Hampshire, 74% reporting. Republicans up 57 to 42. So very, very nice. Let's see if we have, let's go over to, I'm going to come completely out of that. And I want to go see, let's go look at how CNN is reporting shit. You know, they're freaking crying their little eyes out right now. Okay, so I wasn't going to rub this in. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to do that. Eight seats left in the Senate to make the determination. And I'll be damned. CNN is actually calling Georgia red. Go figure. CNN projection, Trump-backed J.D. Vance will win Ohio Senate race. CNN projection, Republican Ted Budd wins North Carolina Senate race. CNN projection, Becca Bryant will make history as the first woman to represent Vermont in Congress. CNN projection, Greg Abbott will defeat Beto O'Rourke. Republicans need one Democrat seat to gain control of the Senate. Republicans need 22 competitive seats to gain control of the House. And that's going to happen, trust me. CNN projection, Democrat Wes Moore will be the first black governor of Maryland. Massachusetts elected its first female governor. CNN projects Ron DeSantis wins in Florida. We already know that. They projected Greg Abbott. We know that. And right now, they are reporting 92% in Georgia, with Walker at 49.2 and Warnock at 48.8. That is still very close. They also have how to nab an election day deal on donuts, pizza, and more. And a picture of a Krispy Kreme box and a Krispy Kreme donut. Good God, I love Krispy Kreme. But I've already got the pizza. They got to tell you about Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz got hit with a beverage can in an Astros parade. Somebody threw a can at him. All right, let's take a look at this real quick. Exclusive CNN politics. Kevin McCarthy previews Republicans' plan for majority starting at the border. House GOP leader Kevin McCarthy is vowing to secure the border, cut back on government spending, and launch rigorous investigations into the Biden administration if Republicans win the House on Tuesday, reflecting a mix of priorities as McCarthy will be forced to contend with an increasingly hardline and pro-Trump conference that is inching to impeach President Joe Biden. McCarthy, who we're going to replace him with? Kamala Harris. That's next in line. As far as I'm concerned, as much as I want him gone, if we win back the House, and especially if we win back the Senate too, y'all can stop this silly shit from the agenda, and then we just worry about 2024. We can't put Kamala Harris in that position. An exclusive, wide-ranging interview with CNN 2 days before the midterm elections, McCarthy outlined his plans for power, which includes tackling inflation, rising crime and border security, three issues that have become central to Republicans' closing pitch to voters to hammer home the message. McCarthy, who has been barnstorming the country in the run-up to the midterms, railed here on Sunday for a trio of Hispanic GOP women who varying to represent key districts along the southern border, a key part of the party's strategy for winning the majority. And he goes on and on and on to talk about all the things that they will do and they promise they will do. And goes back to us holding them responsible for their actions if they don't. Let's see where we at here. Let's go to that. Turn that off. Polls are now closed and across Alaska. So we'll start seeing their results here soon. Historic first. Only CNN would see this. Both parties are diversifying their ranks. Stop looking at color. We're Americans. Look at that. We need 6 more in the House. Senate is still evenly split. 8 minutes ago, CNN reported here are some key takeaways from election night so far. The battle for control of Congress is beginning to take shape as votes are counted and competitive races across the nation. Republicans flip Democrat-held seats in Florida, Georgia, and Virginia. But several Democrat incumbents, including 2 House members in Virginia, have won competitive races and others were leaning. A sign that Republicans have an edge, but not the way they hoped for nationwide. Here are some early takeaways as votes continue to be counted in key races. Virginia's split decision offers early signs. 3 Democrats control House races in Virginia were widely viewed as an early warning signal for the night's results. Democrats held seats in 2 Virginia districts Biden won in 2020. CNN projected that Democrat Jennifer Wexton won her re-election bid in Virginia's 10th district. The Democrats lost in Southeast Virginia, where CNN has projected that Republican State Senate Jen Kiggins defeated Democrat Representative Elaine Laura. Another January 6th committee member loses. Laura, a member of the House Select Committee investigating January 6th attack on the Capitol, lost a Virginia bench-based House seat, CNN projected. She had defeated former GOP Representative Scott Taylor in 2018 and 2020, but the district had become slightly more favorable grounds for Republicans in redistricting. Biden carried the previous version by 5 points, but would have lost the new district by 2 points. A big Democrat Senate hold, like Virginia in the House, New Hampshire was a key early, resulting in the battle for control of the Senate. DeSantis in 2024, Governor Ron DeSantis led a Republican ticket in Florida, dominated it, delivering historical margins in Democrat territories in his victory over Democrat Representative Charlie Crist. The easy wins by DeSantis, who led by nearly 20% points with 92% estimating vote count. GOP makes gains with Latinos in Florida. Republicans hope to build on Trump's inroads among Latino votes in 2020 and a trend that could reshape the political landscape in several swing states if it continued. The strongest early sign is that the GOP had continued to make gains in Miami-Dade County, home of the largest Cuban population. Very cool. CNN projection. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi wins re-election in California's 11th congressional district. And instead of using a gavel, She will use a hammer. All right, enough of that silly shit. Where were we? Close out of that. Close out of that. I'm going to take another bite of my pizza. If you're just tuning in, Doug Ducote is a normal human being. He's not a cyborg like one of his mod thinks. He's eating pizza. J.D. Vance wins Ohio Senate race, defeating Democrat Tim Ryan. In other news, a Bigfoot-like creature was caught on camera. I swear that's what it says. That's exactly what it says. A Bigfoot-like creature. Raw Story says massive win by Ron DeSantis is very bad news for Trump, CNN panel says. They can't help themselves. All right. Let's go back to Senator Maggie Hassan wins a re-election in New Hampshire. CNN projects says Governor Kathy Hochul won re-election. All right. In the Senate, Arizona, Mark Kelly, Democrat Blake Masters, Republican. Mark Kelly, as you know, is probably going to pull this off and win it. What do we have right now? Peter Welch, Democrat in Vermont. Tim Scott, Republican, South Carolina. Rand Paul, Kentucky. I'm not going to run down through all of these and bore you with it, but there's a lot of red there. And as I was saying earlier, we still have a lot of area to cover. Where are we at with the House and the Senate? Right now, 77% reporting, 27 out of 35 races called. And we're still at 45 and 45 for the Senate and Republicans. 45 Republicans and 45 Democrats. I can't even believe this is close, but it is. It is what it is. This is how our process works. Look at the House. Republicans now 171. Democrats 138. So we're going to go to sleep tonight feeling very, very confident that Republicans will control the House when you wake up tomorrow. And it is a very good possibility that they will also control the Senate. And let's jump back over here. Georgia. I just missed that. Sorry. Senate races. There are 6 Senate seats left in play at the moment. Republicans 47, Democrats 47, Republicans plus 18, with Democrats at plus 11. When it comes to the House, Republicans 176, Democrats 140. Let's break it down and look where what do we have left here? We have 6. We're 3 and 3. We're going to end up probably with a Senate that once again is 50-50, which is very difficult to comprehend. But that's what it appears. The House, on the other hand, is looking very, very good. Although we still have a ways to go. Governors. North Carolina is looking Democrat. Virginia is leaning Republican. West Virginia is leaning Republican. Kentucky is leaning Democrat. Indiana, Republican. Missouri, Republican. Kansas looks like it's possibly going to be Republican. North Dakota, Republican. Montana, Republican. Washington, it looks like it's going to be Democrat. This is governor. Same thing with Oregon. Nevada still isn't reporting. Utah, Republican. Arizona, Democrat. New Mexico's done. Stick a fork in it. Or Democrat. Ohio, Republican. So it's looking good, folks. Although we still have a long way to go. And I'm going to take another bite out of my pizza. 2 bites. All right. Last polls close in 17 minutes, 28 seconds. Democrat Representative Henry Kohler wins re-election in Texas border district. Absolutely freaking stunning. No, I'm good. Thank you. Love you. Good night. Utah Republican Senator Mike Lee survives challenger and wins re-election. Democrat Senator Patty Murray wins re-election in Washington State. GOP Representative Ted Budd wins North Carolina Senate race. South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem takes aim at Biden after landslide re-election win. We'll read more about that in the coming days. Republican Jen Kiggins unseats Democrat Elaine Lohr in Virginia congressional race. Democrats win in Michigan, New York governor races. Democrat Representative Captrue captures another term, staves off GOP challenger, Ohio House race. You know, it's amazing how there are areas in Texas that are still voting Democrat. Texas. I mean, thank God we haven't lost it yet, but if things don't change soon, we will. And that's actually a big problem. 95% reporting in Georgia right now. Let's go back and look at that real quick. Kemp wins 53.48 to 45.81. Very good. Warnock has pulled ahead of Walker again. 95% reporting, 49.36 to 48.58. So that's kind of sucks, but is what it is. Man, if we could just flip one seat in the Senate red, one seat, that's all we need. In the House, we're up 176 now to 140. Oh, hold on. I got to do something here real quick. Go ahead and bring them down, but I'm still live. My son has the fur babies upstairs, so they weren't barking in the process of this. And he's like, "Dad, what are you doing? You know, you've been doing this for 4 hours." Almost, yeah. The House 176, 140. God, we're looking so good in the House. And we're going to go back over here to the, what are we left? For governor, Arizona is not looking good for Democrat or for Republicans. Nevada is. Oregon isn't. Hey, JB. You want to say hello? It's election night. I want to say hello to JB. Come here, girl. There she is. She is my say hi. No, you can't have this pizza. GB voted Republican today. Come here, Peanut. Oh, Peanut. Peanut voted Republican today. Okay. Say hi. Did you like going to the voting booth today? Huh? Did you like that? Peanut liked it. All right. I'll go play. Daddy's almost done. Anyhow, folks, this is a good night for Republicans. It's not over with. It's going to be going on late into the early morning hours. as these people that have been doing elections for eons finally determines how to do it and how to tally up their votes. Can you believe this? That with the technology today, the voting is worse than it was when we didn't have the technology. I mean, that's pathetic. It really is pathetic. But I feel comfortable, and I hope you do too, that tonight's results show you that what happens when we get off our ass and we go out there and we vote. And that's the most important part of this whole thing, is we got to do it, and we got to overwhelm them at the polls. We may not, by the time tomorrow rolls around here shortly, we may not be up any in the Senate. It may end up being the same way it was before this started. But you can go to sleep tonight feeling very comfortable that the House of Representatives belongs to the Republican Party, and therefore the investigations that the Democrats refuse to do, and the FBI refuses to do, and the Department of Justice refuses to do, is about to change. And that is very, very important. There are people that are hell-bent on destroying our democracy, and Republicans and conservatives, Donald Trump, and anybody that supported him. And those people are about to answer to investigations. And the Democrats have been trashing and investigating everything, made such a big deal out of all this shit that's been going on for the past few years, and it's about to turn. And I said this a few years ago. Be careful what you do, Democrats, because one day we will have the House again. And when that happens, your ass is going to be on notice. And your ass is going to be going, wait a minute, why? What are you doing? I didn't do anything wrong. No, you did. You're a crooked son of a bitch. That's what most of them are. And they're going to be held accountable for this, for what we've watched go down over the past several years. It's got to come to a stop. And I believe it's going to come to a stop tomorrow morning when you wake up and you see the final results of what's going on here. Feel very, very confident that we have the House, and tomorrow possibly we will have the Senate. If not, at least we have the House, and that was at a minimum what we had to pull off. That will at least open the door for the investigations that we've been demanding take place, that the Democrats refuse to take place, the FBI refused to do it, the Department of Justice refuses to do it, and now those in leadership in those positions have just lost their damn job. They're going to be hauled in front of Congress, and they're going to be drilled for their hateful crap that they've been doing to conservatives and Republicans. It's time that shit comes to an end. So the best thing that Garland can do and Ray can do is retire now, because you're going to be answering to we, the people, very, very soon. And if you think that you can pull that off with no problem, then stay around. But they're going to get rid of you. And that's what's most important. Folks, I hope you enjoyed tonight's coverage. I'm tired. It's 11:53 at night, and I'm ready to go to sleep. And I can go to sleep feeling very happy and comfortable that Republicans did what we needed to do to, at a minimum, win back the House. And we may wake up and realize the Senate isn't divided still. Maybe we pull it off by one or two. We will see. But the House was the most important thing. Like I've told you many, many times, at a minimum, we had to win back the House to save this country and to stop the craziness that is going on by this administration. And it appears right now that we've pulled that off. And that's a good thing. You had many places you could be tonight. Many. And you chose to be here with me. I cannot even begin to tell you how happy and proud and blessed I am that you've done so. And to my moderators that have been helping me out along the way as we go through this on Tuesdays and Thursdays, thank each and every one of you for what you have done to help keep things straight in the chat room and keep us from being shut down. And I'm very happy to know that we weren't shut down tonight, as the rumor mill had it that we would be. So a lot of good positive things about tonight. Folks, please, as always, say a prayer for our men and women serving in the United States military, our veterans, our law enforcement officers, our first responders and their families, our angel families, our blue and gold star families, and our country. What we did tonight, we will do again for the presidential election right around the corner. And we will do it for heads high and proud, as proud American patriots. God bless you all. Thank you. And I'll see you again Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central. Take care, everyone. God bless.